years, GRB has been Wisconsin's top destination for player development and advancement, including over 468 college commitments and 27 MLB draft picks. Their facility in Windsor is the home of GRB Rays baseball and features over 52,000 square feet of elite baseball training. Tryouts for the
ball. Zarowski's last couple of appearances trying to hone
all by 4.5 games. How about that? Going into the 26th of August, it's time to get you the starting lineups here on the On Deck Show, built by Menards. They're brought to you by Wisconsin Infrastructure Investment Now, supporting Wisconsin's critical infrastructure. Visit WIIN at wisconsininfrastructure.com. The Brewers, they're sending to the bump the Miz, Jacob Mizorowski, looking for a bounce-back start. Couple of rougher ones coming off the injured list prior to tonight. He'll have to deal with this tough lineup. We just talked to Chris Garagiola about how the top four are still about as potent as any in baseball. Perdomo, Marte, Carroll, Gurriel Jr. Geraldo Perdomo, the shortstop, 9th in the league in batting. Ketel Marte, 8th in the league. He's the second baseman. Corbin Carroll, 7th in the league in homers. He's in right. Gurriel Jr. is driven in 32 in the month of August. He's the DH. Pavin Smith batting 5th as the first baseman. And Gabriel Moreno batting 6th. He's the catcher. Jake McCarthy gets his first action of the series as he starts in left field and bats number 7. Third baseman is Blaze Alexander hitting 8th. And in center field, it's Alec Thomas to round out the order against Mizorowski in his first start against the Snakes. On the other side,
folks, that right there is Decoy, the luckiest dog in the world. His owner is Shohei Ohtani, a myth of a man. A human who can do all this with a baseball is every dog's dream. 100-mile-an-hour fastballs, drool, 250-foot dingers, woof. He gets called a good boy in 2 entire countries. And I get Greg. I just hope all that fame doesn't go to his head.
To build this for them and spend the last year of coming up with this concept and getting it off the ground and getting everybody here, it just feels really good to have everybody coming and experiencing the thing that we've been working so hard on. To be able to take the experiences of Comic-Con and add that to a card show just is really fulfilling, because as somebody who grew up going to card shows and still goes to the same card show in the same church basement in Trumbull, Connecticut every month, it's great. Card shows are amazing, but to be able to add all of this experience is what makes this great.
Famous sausage, Usingers, and baseball, it's just not summer without them. American Family Insurance, Menards, Prevea Health, Construction Business Group, Wisconsin Infrastructure Investment Now, Delta Dental, Quick Trip, Woodman's Food Market, Palms Tire, West Bend Insurance, The Silver Lining, U.S. Cellular, built for us, Carbless, a premium ready-to-drink cocktail, Highland Resort and Casino, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, Cousin Subs, Potawatomi Sportsbook, Cedar Crest Ice Cream, Wisconsin Biofuels, Wisconsin Laborers District Council, and the Wisconsin Dental Association. Brewers and the D-backs. Game 2 of this series when we return after this on the On Deck Show. Bill by Menards on the Brewers Radio Network.
It's the end of summer here in the Milwaukee area, but soon enough, you'll be dealing with cold winter temperatures once again. Time to have Window Nation replace your home's windows in 1 day or less. Right now, get 50% off all window styles, plus 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 2 years. You could also score 2 tickets to a Brewers game if you replace all the windows in your home. Hurry, Milwaukee. This sale ends soon. Call 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com right now.
Window Nation is a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers.
Want your brand to turn heads and win hearts?
Captivate Exhibits can bring your brand to life by transforming lobbies, creating history.
That's Gus Judge. His owner is Aaron Judge, captain of the Yankees. His dog park is Yankee Stadium. Ooh, I'd roll in that grass for days. Bet he gets to fetch those dingers. I'm sure Aaron chases him like that around the house. Aaron's also the nicest human ever. Just not to baseballs. My human, he eats shredded cheese by the handful. I hope Gus knows just how good he's got it.
Night in which the temperatures are going to be, by the time the sun sets, in the low 60s perhaps. Big Fish Contracting, with decades of experience providing roofing, siding, and windows. Visit them at bigfishcontracting.com online to learn how Big Fish is renovating homes and redeeming an industry. Well, Ms. Zarowski, as we discussed earlier in the On Deck Show, trying to give some more building Wisconsin together. Brewers come in 5.5 games clear of the second place Cubs in the Central. Chicago begins a series in San Francisco tonight. That'll get underway in about 2 hours, 8:45 Central. Matthew Boyd, their all-star left-hander, starts opposite Justin Verlander. Cubs coming off of a weekend sweep in Anaheim. They've won 8 of 10. Reds lost the series opener at the Dodgers last night, 9-10 for Game 2 of that series' first pitch. Nick Martinez and Clayton Kershaw will pitch. Then just about to get underway at Busch, Game 2 between the Pirates and the Cardinals after the thrilling Cardinals win last night. They'll try to make it 2 in a row. Mitch Keller and Andre Palante, the pitchers. Let's get it going here tonight. Ms. Zarowski's ready, and so too is Lane Grindle.
All right, thank you, Josh. Is that Beck? Is that his warm-up song? He's going the distance. He's going for speed. Is that Beck? You're right. That's why I ask you. You're the music guy in this booth. This copyright broadcast presented by authority of the Milwaukee Brewers Baseball Club and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Milwaukee Brewers Baseball Club. Brought to you by Boucher Automotive Group. Visit them today at Boucher.com. Geraldo Perdomo leads off for the Diamondbacks. Zarowski's first pitch is high with a fastball at 99, and it's 1-0. 6:40 got underway on time here tonight at American Family Field. 1-0 pitch is fouled back and out of play, and it's 1-1. 68 beautiful degrees at first pitch. First pitch of Brewers baseball brought to you by Carbless. Premium cocktails in a can. Enjoy every pitch at American Family Field and find Carbless right here inside the stadium. Carbless, less is more. 1-1 on Perdomo. Mizorowski kicks and delivers, and he missed outside with a slider. 96 miles an hour on that slider. It's 2-1. Brewers won game 1 last night 7-5. Can earn at least a split with a win tonight. Here's a chopper foul up the first baseline. It's 2-2. Another slider, that one at 95 on the inner half. And the count is level. It's a very good Diamondbacks offense. They've been one of the better offenses in baseball in the month of August. Even after dealing away a couple of big bats in their lineup like Josh Naylor and Eugenio Suarez. Here's the 2-2 to Perdomo. And a swing and a miss. He struck him out with a high heater at 99. Ortho ASAP strikeout number 1 for Mizorowski. Off to a good start. One away for Ketel Marte. Marte, an all-star again this year. One of the best second basemen all around in the game of baseball. Switch hitter up there is a lefty against Mizorowski. First pitch brought home, and it is fouled back into the net. And it's 0-1. Marte hitting .290 on the year, 23 home runs, and 59 driven in on the season. Mizorowski looks in, and the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball at 100 on the outside edge. It's 0-2. Haven't seen the 101s or the 102s yet, but we've seen 99 consistently and a little better command than maybe what we've seen the last couple of starts so far from Mizorowski with that fastball. The pitch is fouled out of play. Third base side. 0-2. That one at 100 miles an hour at the bottom of the strike zone. Again, you go back to Mizorowski's last start against the Cubs. He was pretty brilliant outside of about a 5-batter stretch where he struggled. Just lost the command, walked a bunch of hitters. 0-2. This is lifted in the air to left. It is going to push Collins back onto the warning track with the play. He'll make the catch. And there's 2 away for Corbin Carroll. Brewers baseball being brought to you by Miller Lite, the original light beer with great taste and only 96 calories. It's Miller time. And Mizorowski had those walks, and then, of course, gave up the double to Bush. And that was the big swing, really, in that game. First offering to Corbin Carroll is a swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. He walked 3 straight batters, and it was the 7, 8, 9 hitters for the Cubs. Walked the bases loaded. Then Bush had the 3-run double. It was the only hit that Mizorowski gave up in 4 innings. 0-1 is apparently a touch low or a touch inside. It was a pitch that pretty much looked like a strike on the low inside corner at 100 miles an hour. It's 1-1 on Corbin Carroll. 2 for 4 last night with an RBI. Mizorowski's 1-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball at 100. It's 1-2. And at least early on right now, it seems like Mizorowski is trusting his stuff. He's letting it play in the zone, understanding that it plays up even from what the radar gun says. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 100 at the top of the zone. An Ortho ASAP strikeout of Corbin Carroll for Mizorowski. He had a pair of them.
That's Gus Judge. His owner is Aaron Judge, captain of the Yankees. His dog park is Yankee Stadium. Ooh, I roll in that grass for days. Betty gets to fetch those dingers. I'm sure Aaron chases him like that around the house. Aaron's also the nicest human ever. Just not to baseballs. My human, he eats shredded cheese by the handful. I hope Gus knows just how good he's got it.
can get you back to what matters, living pain-free. Total joint replacement. There is a difference. Visit orthowisconsin.com. The First Inning is brought to you by Lakeland University, your first choice for a flexible, career-focused education on your schedule. Lakeland University. Experience it your way.
No score as we go to the bottom of the first inning. Bryce Terang will lead things off for the Brewers against Brandon Pfaadt. The right-hander brings home the first pitch, and Terang takes a strike on the low inside corner, and it's 0-1. That was a pitch that Mizorowski did not get just a couple of pitches ago in the top of the first inning. Does look like a strike, though. 0-1 is a check swing. He went around, says Manny Gonzalez, as they appealed to third on a fastball up and out of the zone at 94, so it's 0-2 here on Bryce. Terang hitting .285, 14 home runs, 65 driven in. What a month of August he's had. 8 home runs and 21 RBIs in the month of August. 0-2 pitch is low, and it's 1-2. 8-game hitting streak coming in for Bryce. Collected a base hit yesterday, drove in a run. Pfaadt looks in, and the 1-2 pitch. And Terang took a call, third strike. A changeup, clipped the outside edge. And there's one away for the Brewers here in the first inning. Quick trip around the bases presented this month by Old Wisconsin Snack Sticks. And tonight's contestant in the quick trip around the bases contest is Brett Cantillon from Sussex. If the Brewers score in the first inning, Brett will win a $100 quick trip gift card. Compliments of Old Wisconsin Snack Sticks and Quick Trip. William Contreras is the batter. And the first pitch to Contreras misses down and away with a sinker. It's 1-0. Contreras hitting .257 with 14 home runs and 63 driven in on the year. 2 for 4 in last night's game, and he takes a strike on the outside edge with a fastball at 95. 1-1 on William. He is 4 for 14 on this homestand. 1-1 pitch, and he took a sweeper down below the zone. 2-1. Alex Tosi calls our balls and strikes. Corey Blazer at first. Ron Culpa, the crew chief, is at second, and Manny Gonzalez is at third. 2-1 is down and away. Another sinker that missed. 3 balls and 1 strike on Contreras. 1 out, nobody on. Bottom of the first inning here at American Family Field. 3-1 pitch. And Contreras swings on it and fouls it into the press box next door. Somebody ended up with it. Everybody's pointing at each other over there. Nobody caught it, I can promise you that. There would have been an ovation if that had happened. 3-2 on Contreras. Pfaadt brings home the pitch, and it's a fly ball to right. It is struck well. Carroll's back at the track. He leaps up. It's off the top of the wall, and it bounces back into right field. Contreras jogging into second with a stand-up 1-out double. Mere feet. Hit maybe a foot and a half below the yellow line in right field. Carroll gave it a leap, and I think he might have even just gotten a little graze of the baseball with his glove, but couldn't catch it. $75 the Mac Fund, courtesy of Westman, the silver lining for that double from Contreras. His 24th of the year. Here's Yelich, takes inside, it's 1-0. Really good to have that bat doing what it's been doing for the better part of this month for the Brewers with William Contreras. Yelich has been swinging it very well. Also, 2 hits last night, drove in a pair of runs. And he takes a strike with a fastball on the inside edge at 95. It's 1-1. Now 3rd in the National League in RBIs for Yelich. He has driven in 90 on the season. Only Kyle Schwarber and Pete Alonso have more. Here's the 1-1. And Yelich, a liner into right center field. That's going to drop in front of Carroll. Contreras had to hold up for a moment to see if it would be caught. So toss to first and back in time is Yelich. Vaughn 298 as a Brewer, 9 home runs, 37 driven in. He has excelled in these types of spots for the Brewers over the course of this season. Font brings home the first pitch. Breaking ball missed up and in. It's 1-0. Great opportunity to set a tone early in this one for the Brewers. Vaughn just 1 for 10 with an RBI on this homestand so far. (1-0) and chopped one foul above the Diamondbacks' third base dugout. It is 1-1 on Andrew Vaughn. Sal Frelick in the on-deck circle for the Crew. And a double from Contreras and a single from Yelich, both with 1 out here in the bottom of the first. 1-1, and this is hit well out to left. It is going to be playable for the left fielder McCarthy. Makes the catch on the edge of the warning track, but it's deep enough to score Contreras as he tags from third, and the Brewers take a 1-0 lead. Vaughn drives in his 57th of the year, his 38th as a Brewer, and he gets the Brewers on the board. Yelich stays put at first. He's there with 2 outs now for Sal Frelick. Seen a lot of that from Vaughn here lately. Pretty good contact. He hit that at 99 miles an hour off the bat, and he gets the job done. Pitch brought home to Frelick, missed outside with a curveball. It's 1-0. Vaughn has been a victim of some tough luck over the last 4 or 5 games. He's hit a lot of really hard baseballs, and it just hasn't found the green grass. 1-0. And Sal checked on a pitch that was up with a fastball at 94. It is 2 balls and no strikes. 18 pitches so far here in the first inning for Brandon Pfaadt. 2-0 pitch. Frelick took on the outside edge. Fastball at 94. It's 2-1. So the Brewers cashing in on that 1-out double from Contreras. They've been able to move him around and get him in. Now they'd like to get greedy. 2-1, and Sal a late swing, and he chops it foul near the far end of the Diamondbacks dugout. It's 2-2. Sal went 0 for 4 in last night's game. 1 for 3 against Pfaadt in his career coming into tonight. Spinner to throw to first, and Yelich is back in time. He hasn't shown any real interest in trying to take off for second yet. Brewers have a lot of respect for Gabriel Moreno, who is such a good catcher behind the plate for these Diamondbacks. Font looks in the 2-2. And Sal a chopper up the right side of the infield, flipped behind the back by Pfaadt to first, and it's going to go into foul territory. And Yelich will not just get to second, but he'll take off for third. It was a chopper that just got past Pfaadt initially on the right side of the infield. He fielded it and tried to behind the back flip out of his glove. It was ill-advised. It gives Yelich 90 extra feet. Now runners on the corners and 2 outs. It'll be an infield single for Sal Frelick. I don't know why he thought he was going to do that. There was no chance to get Frelick. You could only make the situation worse, and frankly, he's very lucky that Yelich doesn't end up scoring on that play.
Yeah, it's like he was playing the baseball version of the Harlem Globetrotters by doing that.
There was no upside to that, only downside.
And that might be a big reason that his pitching coach is coming out. Brian Kaplan talked to him. I'm sure that Fott doesn't feel great about the decision he just made. So good time for the pitching coach to try to calm him down a little bit.
Yeah, Potawatomi Sportsbook trip to the mound. Hitch a ride to Brewers home games on a Potawatomi Sportsbook game day shuttle. Make any purchase in the Sportsbook or game day same day sports bet to get a wristband and a seat on the shuttle. So now here's Isaac Collins. They're on the corners at 2 out. Moreno setting up away, and the first pitch to Collins is in there for a strike with a changeup. And it's 0-1. So 3 hits in the inning for the Brewers. 1 run is in. And the Brewers searching for more. A 1. And Collins took down and in. 1 ball and 1 strike. It's going to be a lengthy inning for Fott. He's thrown 23 pitches already. So the Brewers have really made him work right out of the gate tonight. 1-1. And that is a strike. Just caught the outside edge with a changeup. It's 1-2. Probably a pitch that Collins offers that with 2 strikes, but not his pitch. Certainly when the count is 1-1. Fott looks in, the 1-2 pitch. And Collins pops it up foul and out of play third base side. He stays alive. It's what the Brewers have done so well in 2025 is get 2 strikes on you, the at bat is anything but over. They keep fouling off pitches, grinding out at bat after at bat. One-two to Collins, and he took a called third strike. Sinker right down the middle, and that is the inning. Brewers get a run on 3 hits. They strand a pair. We go to the second inning. 1-0 Crew on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
Folks, that right there is Decoy, the luckiest dog in the world. His owner is Shohei Ohtani, a myth of a man. A human who can do all this with a baseball is every dog's dream. 100-mile-an-hour fastballs, drool, 250-foot dingers, woof. He gets called a good boy in 2 entire countries. And I get Greg. I just hope all that fame doesn't go to his head.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
Life's better with American Family Insurance. That's because their team is always there to protect your dreams.
1-0 Brewers as we head to the second inning. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. will lead things off for the Diamondbacks. Jacob Mizorowski back out there on the mound for the Crew. And the first pitch brought home. It is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Gurriel hit a home run last night A 3-run home run. Now has 32 driven in the month of August. That is the 3rd most in any single month in franchise history for the Diamondbacks. Gurriel took a slider that apparently missed high, and they appealed to first. He didn't go. Probably should have been called a strike, but it wasn't. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Mizorowski looks in, and the 1-1 pitch. And that's a slider in there for a strike, and it's 1-2. Gurriel, 19 home runs on the year, 80 driven in. He's hitting an even 250. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Curveball down and in. Gurriel swings through it. It's the 3rd ortho ASAP strikeout of the night. Brewers in the top of the 2nd inning with Josh Mauer and Kent Sommerfeld. Lane Grindle with you. 1-0 pitch, and that got the inside edge with a slider. It's 1-1. Pavin Smith hitting .248, 8 home runs, 28 driven in the year. Left-handed hitter for these Diamondbacks. Miz brings home the 1-1. Missed down and away with a fastball at 100. 2 balls and 1 strike. Brewers defensively, Collins in left, Perkins in center, Frelick is in right. Siegler at 3rd, Monasterios at short, Terang at 2nd, Bond at 1st, and Contreras does the catching. 2-1. This one's popped back and out of play behind us. It is 2-2. Apparently a nice play made by a fan, or maybe lack thereof. I think it fell down into the lower bowl. That is what got the big reaction from the crowd here. 2-2. And that one just missed outside of the curveball. Count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Pavin Smith. Miz had 22 pitches as he works here in the 2nd inning. Raises the leg, brings home the pitch. It's fouled out of play, 3rd base side. Nice catch made by a fan. In the loge level to the left of us. Count remains full. Gabriel Moreno in the on-deck circle for the Diamondbacks. Mizorowski looks in, and the 3-2 pitch. Fouled it back into the net. Got a piece of that fastball at 100 and stayed alive. Cannot beat summer in Wisconsin. Lakes, sun, and food, especially grilled brats and Frank's from Usingers, and of course Pine River gourmet cheese spreads. Great with everything. Got a stocking of it today up here in the booth. Wrap up your summer day with Cedar Crest ice cream and call it a winner. Mizorowski brings home the 3-2 pitch. Get out of play. Siegler gave it a look, but it ends up about 3 rows deep. And the battle continues between Smith and Mizorowski. 8 pitches so far. Every once in a while we'll see a batter get locked into a lengthy battle with Jacob Mizorowski. Matt Shaw had one in his last start. 3-2 pitch and a breaking ball line right to Siegler. A little bunny hop to bring it down and make the catch. There's 2 away. So Mizorowski wins that battle, and that'll get Moreno to the plate.
Give him style points for the jump or no?
No. Give him points for being ready.
Yeah.
And he made the play.
He got about 5 inches off the ground.
Yeah, so here's what I'll give him credit for. Moreno steps in there, right-handed hitter. First pitch is right through there for a strike on a fastball at 99, and it's 0-1. He was getting ready to elevate, and when he realized he didn't, he called it off. So it wasn't showy. It wasn't false hustle on the part of Seigler. 0-1. Missed down and away. 1 ball and 1 strike.
The term that Pat Murphy uses often, eyewash.
Yeah.
That was not that.
No, it wasn't that. He was getting ready to jump in case he needed to and realized as he started his spring, nope. 1-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled straight back into the net. It's 1-2. Ball was not hit overly hard, 87 miles an hour, so it gave him time to process what was coming right at him. Unlike the ball Moreno hit last night at Durbin, that was a rocket. Durbin had to duck his head out of the way just in case as he made the catch. 1-2 pitch. Missed outside. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes on Moreno. It's been 5 up and 5 down against Mizorowski so far. Having to work a little harder here in this second inning. Brewers would love some length from him today in the midst of this long stretch of 19 games in 18 days. You've heard us talk so much about it over the last week or so. 2-2 is popped up, foul. That should get out of play first base side and will. Contreras gave it a look. 2 balls and 2 strikes here on Moreno. You heard me talking with Pat Murphy in the On Deck show just about the fact that you knew this was going to be a challenging stretch, but now the Brewers have dealt with some tough injuries in the midst of this stretch. And that has made this even that much more difficult to navigate. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a foul. Just got a piece of it, did Moreno. On a slider down and away. That's a really good job to stay alive by Gabriel Moreno.
How about the command thus far, Liam? That's 32 pitches, 23 strikes.
And this is a good hitting club. And Mizorowski's coming right after him. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. There's that 101 on the radar gun from Jacob Mizorowski, who punches his glove in approval as he pounces off the mound and strides toward the dugout. Another ortho ASAP strikeout. He's got 4 of them through 2. We go to the bottom of the second. It's 1.
Interrumpimos este video para recordarte que puedes endulzar tu día con una dulcerapia de la lechera.
That's Gus Judge. His owner is Aaron Judge, captain of the Yankees. His dog park is Yankee Stadium. Ooh, I'd bowl in that grass for days. Bet he gets to fetch those dingers. I'm sure Aaron chases him like that around the house. Aaron's also the nicest human ever. Just not to baseballs. My human, he eats shredded cheese by the handful. I hope Gus knows just how good he's got it.
.com/timeout. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/timeout.
For long-lasting comfort and reliability, our craftsmen make it easy to trust Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Right now, get 0% interest for up to 5 years at PellaWI.com.
1-0 Brewers as we head to the bottom of the second inning. Anthony Seigler to lead things off for the Crew. 7, 8, 9. Seigler, Perkins, Monasterio to hit for the Brewers against Fott, who needed 26 pitches to get through the first inning. Fott's first pitch to Seigler is right through there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Reminder from Schneider and their professional truck drivers: distracted driving puts everyone at risk. Stay focused and drive safe. 0-1. Seigler takes low. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Perkins in the on-deck circle for the Crew. The 1-1 from Fott. Swing and a miss. Good curveball down and in. It's 1-2 on Siegler. Brewers able to get a run in the bottom of the first inning. It went one out double from Contreras, single from Yelich, sac fly from Vaughn. Frelick then with an infield single, but Collins would strike out and strand a pair. 1-2. Siegler took low. That cut fastball didn't miss by much. It seems like, and it's early, Josh, but it seems like strike zone a little bit similar to Manny Gonzalez last night, where the low strike once again is not maybe open for business here tonight. 2-2. That one is open for business. It was a sinker on the inner half, and it's a called third strike on Siegler. That is the third strikeout for Fott tonight. There's one away in the Brewers half of the second for Blake Perkins. Defensively for the Diamondbacks, a lot of speed merchants in that outfield. McCarthy in left, Thomas in center, Carroll in right. They can all go get it. Alexander's the third baseman. First pitch is a curveball, and it's dropped in there for a strike on Perkins. 0-1. Perdomo at short, Marte at second, Pavin Smith at first. Moreno does the catching. 1. And Perkins swings on it and hits it foul back into the Loge level behind home plate. 0-2. Brewers wearing their home cream uniforms. Diamondbacks in their road grays. 0-2 to Perkins, and this is a soft liner and a diving catch by Perdomo. And there's 2 away. Was not hit overly hard. At 93-mile-an-hour exit velo, maybe hit a little harder than you thought off the bat, but hit right in the tracks of Perdomo, who just kind of leaned over and fell in slow motion as he caught it. Again, no style points there either. We're tough critics here at the Brewers Radio Network. Here's Monasterio, swing and a miss at a fastball at 95, and it's 0-1. Andrew hitting .272, 3 home runs now, 13 driven in. Homered in last night's game, went 2 for 4. A 1 pitch, missed outside, 1-1. 1 run on 3 hits so far for the Crew. 1-1 pitch. And this is popped up. Right side of the infield, that's the second baseman Marte calling for it, makes the catch, and the inning is over. Brewers go down in order in the bottom of the second. We head to the third. 1-0 Crew on the Brewers Radio Network.
That's Gus Judge. His owner is Aaron Judge, captain of the Yankees. His dog park is Yankee Stadium. Ooh, I roll in that grass for days. Betty gets to fetch those dingers. I'm sure Aaron chases him like that around the house. Aaron's also the nicest human ever. Just not to baseballs. My human, he eats shredded cheese by the handful. I hope Gus knows just how good he's got it.
Like an Academy Award came to life. How long do you think that took to get ready?
You know, it's really not fun facing a guy with that kind of stuff, I'll just tell you that.
Presented without comment.
It's a raft, it's got an outboard motor, it's got a little barbecue, and it's got a hot tub.
Look at that.
I mean, come on.
American ingenuity.
That is living. What else can go wrong here?
Where are the Angels in the outfield? They're everywhere.
Station near you.
We go to the third inning here at American Family Field. It's 1-0 Brewers. And stepping into the play-by-play, here's Josh Maurer.
Thank you, Lane. Jake McCarthy, left-handed batting outfielder, is going to greet Jacob Mizorowski. First pitch, popped him up. Left side of the infield and up into the blue sky. It's the third baseman, Anthony Siegler, making the call. Up on the grass. Siegler makes the catch. McCarthy didn't stay up there long enough for me to even give you his batting statistics in his first AB of the series. 204 average. That is 7 in a row retired by the Miz to begin his outing tonight. His command has been terrific thus far, working with a 1-0 lead. Here's Blaze Alexander, right-handed hitter. And the pitch, down and away, ball one. 98 on the radar gun. Now the 8 and 9 hitters take their first chance against the rookie Mizorowski, Alexander and Alec Thomas. The 1-0, swing and a miss. Elevated fastball, 99 on the radar gun. Half-hearted cut by Blaze Alexander. The pitch was almost already in Contreras' mitt by the time he decided to take a hack. And did not come close to connecting. 1-1. Mizorowski ready. Now the pitch. Alexander takes in tight. 99 on the fastball. Game 2 of this series. Brewers won last night. It'll be a 4-game series, so if they win tonight, they can clinch at worst a split. 2-1 pitch, very high. 3-1 on Alexander, hitting .227. Second year in the big leagues with the Diamondbacks for their former 11th round pick, Blaze Alexander. 5 homers, he's driven in 15. 1 out, 3-1 pitch. Swung on, popped foul, coming back over our heads. Directly back behind the plate, a full count. Alexander has taken over the primary third base duties ever since Arizona traded away Eugenio Suarez at the deadline. This will be the 40th pitch for Mizorowski. Yet to allow a base runner. 1 out in the third. Here it comes, 3-2. The righty kicks and deals, and he missed very high. So there's the first base runner. Left that 100-mile-an-hour fastball up at the shoulders. And we'll see how he bounces back from issuing the free pass as the number 9 batter, speedy Alec Thomas, comes into the box. Here's a club you want to get into. Club Citgo. Super easy app opens the door to great fuel savings and more. Sign up and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill up. Download the Club Citgo app today. Tying run aboard. The left-handed hitter, Alec Thomas, takes a strike. 99 right on the inside edge. Nothing but fastballs in the inning thus far. Alec Thomas, 247 this year with 8 home runs. Very good defensive outfielder with a bit of pop. Alexander leads from first. 0-1 pitch, very high. Another fastball. That one sailed up again. 97 on the gun, and it's 1-1. Last couple of starts coming off of that injured list stint, Mizorowski has lost command for a spell of a few batters, which have led to big innings. Here's a pitch down low that time as he went to the changeup, and Thomas did not chase. It's 2-1. Happened in that start in Cincinnati, where he could not escape the second inning. Just never could rein it back in. He did recover against the Cubs last week, Wednesday night, but still took the loss. 2-1. Thomas takes a strike right at the bottom of the zone. Knee high, 2-2. In those 2 starts, coming off the injured list, only 5 1/3 total innings pitched. 1 on, 1 out in the third tonight. 2-2 pitch. Thomas, swing and a miss. Foul tip, in fact, held onto by Contreras. 98-mile-an-hour fastball, and he got him. 2 out. Then the first time through the Diamondbacks batting order, 5 strikeouts for Jacob Mizorowski. Only 1 base runner permitted. Ortho ASAP presented all 5. Start healing faster. Meet with a specialist today. Learn more at orthowisconsin.com. Now top of the order, Geraldo Perdomo. First pitch, Perdomo took outside. Just staying with the hard stuff. That's been good enough, at least the first time through. Perdomo struck out to begin the ball game. It's 1-0 Brewers. They scored in the bottom of the first. Andrew Vaughn, a sacrifice fly for the lone run of the night. Alexander at first. 2 out in the third. Miz holds on his belt. Kicks in the 1-0. Perdomo takes strike one. Slider that split the plate about letter high. Brewers as a team have won 6 of the 9 games that Mizorowski has started since getting called up. 1-1. Perdomo takes down and in. Even when he's had to battle the command, he's always given them a chance, it feels like, to win the ball game, and that, at the end of the day, is the most important measurement, I think, for any starting pitcher. Does the team win when you're handed the ball? Geraldo Perdomo, tough out to get, always. 2-1 pitch coming. Outside and high, 3-1. Missed with a fastball, 99. Back pick from Contreras, unable to get Blaze Alexander, who dove safely back into first after the pitch. So it's 3-1 on Perdomo. This guy has the 5th most hits of any National Leaguer this season. 3-1 pitch. He took a big cut, fouled it back. 99 down the middle and hit it over the screen. Another full count. And if nothing else, the Diamondbacks have been able to elevate that Mizorowski pitch count, which is now up at 50. As he tries to finish the third. The runner at first will be off in motion on the pitch. 3-2. Blaze Alexander, he runs on the pitch. Got him looking. Slider right down the middle. And Perdomo could not pull the trigger. Back-to-back strikeouts after the base on balls to end the third for the Miz. Ortho ASAP. 6 strikeouts in 3 scoreless innings. Bottom 3 next. 1-0 Milwaukee on the Brewers Radio Network present.
That's Gus Judge. His owner is Aaron Judge, captain of the Yankees. His dog park is Yankee Stadium. Ooh, I'd bowl in that grass for days. Bet he gets to fetch those dingers. I'm sure Aaron chases him like that around the house. Aaron's also the nicest human ever. Just not to baseballs. My human, he eats shredded cheese by the handful. I hope Gus knows just how good he's got it.
Texas. This is the Graham Slam Burger. So 2 patties, brisket, caramelized onion, American cheese, ranch aioli, or ranch mayo, if you will.
Oh yeah, we're in Texas.
Yeah.
It's something that you definitely want to take a picture of and just put on the gram. I took a bite of it, but it still looks dope.
It's a burger that looks great, but also delicious.
Your local dealer at CarrierMilwaukee.com.
The third inning is brought to you by Tri-City National Bank. You cheer on the hometown team, so bank at your hometown bank. Visit TCNB.com to open your account today.
Jacob Mizorowski has 2 strikeouts in each of the first 3 innings that he's pitched. 1-0 Brewers, and Bryce Terang begins the bottom of the third by taking outside from Brandon Fouts. 1-0. The Miz has had the goods thus far tonight. Terang struck out to begin the first. Takes outside corner, generously perhaps, on a curveball that came through the back door enough for the liking of home plate umpire Alex Tosi. 1-1 on Bryce. The pitch. Up and in. He spins back out of the way. 2-1. It's time for the Potawatomi Casino Hotel 3-bagger in the third contest. Our contestant, Terry Schneider from Neenah. Hoping for a triple here in the third. The 2-1. Terang took strike 2. Clipped the inside corner. Terry Schneider wins a Potawatomi prize package if anybody gets a 3-bagger. Visit WTMJ.com to enter, and good luck to you, Terry. Turang's a triple candidate. Overhead windup, 2-2 pitch. Lashed foul left side and drifting well up out of play, Loge level. Brandon Pfaadt, Pfaadt. Right-handers 2-2. Foul back again. High fastball. Bryce hits it into the screen. Pfaadt, in his rather short major league career, this is only his 3rd season. He's pitched some big games. In fact, he was the starter in Game 1 of the Wild Card Series here. 2-2 again. Tapped foul again. Spoiled a changeup. Turang is really making him work. He'll see an 8th pitch to begin this bottom of the 3rd, 2-2. He was a rookie. Got the start October 3rd of 23 here and only lasted 2 2/3 innings against the Brewers in the playoffs. 2-2 again. And Bryce took ball 3 low on a change. He's worked a full count. And we'll see at least 9 pitches. William Contreras and Christian Yelich to follow. Tall right-hander is Pfaadt. Overhead wind, 3-2. He missed. Down low and in. What a plate appearance by Bryce Turang, and he draws ball 4 on the 9th offering. Walk right in, Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference.
Kind of amazing to think about, Josh, that Diamondbacks team went on to the World Series. The Brewers currently, as we sit here and talk today on August 26th, have 2 less wins than that team finished with.
Total. Yeah.
They finished with 84 that year.
Amazing. Brewers have already guaranteed themselves a winning season. And we're not in September yet. Throw to first to check on Turang. He dived safely back in before a pitch to William Contreras. William doubled off the right field fence. And is back in the first, and he scored the game's only run to this point. 1-0 Crew. Now the pitch. Taking all the way. It's a strike. Stood there like a statue. Yeah, we know what happened in the 2 games here to begin their playoff run 2 seasons ago, and then they went on to keep it going. 0-1 pitch came inside, but it hit the bat of Contreras as he was trying to hold back, just plucked it, and Squibbs foul. It's 0-2. Pfaadt is having a nice season, 12-8 over his first 26 starts. 1 on, nobody out. Now the 0-2 pitch. Hit foul back up, off to our right, out of play. We did not see Pfaadt in the series this season in April, but he pitched twice again last year against the Brewers, including a game that was here where he was excellent. 0-2 again. Hit foul, just got a piece of a changeup into the dirt. Contreras stays alive with Turang at first and nobody out. The folks, no dental insurance but need dental care. The new Wisconsin Dental Association Dental Savings Club can save you up to 55% from a statewide network of trusted WDA dentists. Join at WDAclub.com. Good speed at first. 0-2 pitch, chopped up the third base line, and that one rolls foul. Very softly hit. Contreras fouling off the kitchen sink. Remains 0-2. He's fouled off 4 consecutive pitches. Turang saw 9 and he walked. Walk right in, Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference. 1-0 Brewers, sun setting. And Contreras will use his timeout. A late grant by the plate umpire Alex Tosi before the next 0-2 pitch. Diamondbacks have relied on Pfaadt. They've had a lot of injuries in their pitching staff. Turang takes his lead. Now we're ready. 0-2 again. Outside, laid off a fastball. 1-2. The headliner's Corbin Burns, who they gave big money to this past offseason to become their ace and had to undergo Tommy John surgery. Infield at double play depth. Pfaadt stretches 1-2 pitch. Outside. The breaking ball missed. It's 2-2. This is kind of the way that the third inning for the Brewers against Eduardo Rodriguez began last night. Tons of patience, and they ended up scoring 5 runs in that third. 1 on, none out here. 2-2 pitch. Low. Changeup missed. Well, he's going to see a 9th pitch, William will, and from 0-2, he's worked the count full. Reminds you a lot of Terang's AB that just preceded William. And we'll see whether or not the Brewers put Bryce in motion. I think they might. Being held on by Pavin Smith at first. Fought, set at the belt. Runner goes, 3-2. Drilled to left. Watch this baby. Way back. Way gone. Into the seats. William Contreras demolishes a 2-run home run, and the Brewers have a 3-0 third inning lead. He saw 9 pitches, and the 9th one he hit 441 feet. And that guy has been in some kind of groove. William Contreras. 15th of the year. Might have been the furthest one he's hit. Got a breaking ball that pretty much ended up in the middle of the plate, belt high. Nobody on, nobody out now. Christian Yelich takes low. It's 3-0.
I think your prediction is correct. 441.
That almost got to X-Golf. 1-0 pitch. Broken bat flare into shallow center. In comes Alec Thomas. It's going to die in front of him. A base hit. Lands on a hop in front of the D-backs center fielder. Christian Yelich is 2 for 2. And the first 3 to come up against Fought here in the third inning have reached for the Brewers. Timeout called. Here comes the pitching coach, Brian Kaplan, his second Potawatomi Sportsbook trip to the mound already. This does feel like that third inning last night against Erod.
It really does. Good at bats up and down, and I mean what William Contreras is doing right now, and the power that we're seeing. I mean, you talked about it a little bit yesterday. That for a couple of months people were asking, "Where's the power? Where's the power?" Well, you blink, and now he's got 15 home runs, Josh, and you've got a good month of baseball still in front of you still for Contreras to add to that. If he stays in this mode, he's catching up to some of his numbers the last couple of years offensively all of a sudden.
And for every Milwaukee home run, Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin donates $100 to Hunger Task Force Milwaukee, making a difference to fight hunger in our community. Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, there is a difference. Contreras has now hit a home run 9 times in the last 26 games. As Andrew Vaughn comes up, 1 on, nobody out. He takes a strike, the bottom inside corner. To put that in perspective, 9 homers in the last 26 games. He hit a total of 6 the first 101 games that he played. 0-1 pitch, chopped foul up the third base line by Vaughn. It's 0-2. Andrew Vaughn drove in the first run of the night. Back in the first inning, a sacrifice fly to left. 3-0 Milwaukee. Bottom of the third, Fought, set right at the belt. And he turns and throws to first. Yelich belly flops safely back in, beating the tag. Contreras tonight nearly has 2 home runs. Remember, his first ball went off the right field fence. Ended up being a double.
Maybe a foot and a half, 2 feet away.
Yelly leads in the 0-2 pitch. Vaughn took outside with a fastball. Well, last night, just to refresh your memory, that third inning began with 6 straight hits and 7 straight Brewers reaching base against Erod. They knocked him out of the game in the third. Not saying that they're going to get there against Fought, but it's trending that way. Still nobody out. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Fastball down the middle, and he struck him out. So there's the first out of the inning. It's the 4th punch out for Brandon Fought. That'll bring up Sal Frelick. Hit a little squibber that ended up being an infield single, did Sal, back in the first inning. The third leading hitter in the National League by batting average. First pitch by Fott. Comes in low. Changeup, our data said, was in the zone, but our data is not the one that makes the decision. Alex Tosi does. He says ball one. It's funny to think that Sal Frelick has an outside shot at winning the batting title. Maybe not even that outside. 1-0 pitch. That is called a strike. Similar pitch, a little bit higher up. 1-1.
Yeah, the thing about Sal, and I think anybody that's watched his game over the years would understand this, is he's just not a guy that's ever going to go into a real prolonged slump. He has such a ability to manipulate his swing.
Ground ball left side. That's a diving stop by Perdomo, but he has no play. He went into the hole, smothered the ball, tried to throw to second, but Yelich was safe there by plenty. And Frelick beats it out at first without a throw in that direction. It's an infield single.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about. He has such an ability to collect hits like that, where he takes his legs out of the swing, pushes it on the ground to the left side, deep in the hole, or even through. He's a very versatile hitter.
He's got 2 infield hits tonight. And how do you win batting titles? You have to get those kind of hits too, and he gets a lot of them. The soft kind. You got to get the hard ones too, but the soft ones count the same. Isaac Collins now takes a breaking ball for a strike. So it's the Brewers already having scored 2 on the 2-run blast by Contreras, leading 3-0. And now Yelich at second, Frelick at first with still just 1 out. Collins struck out his first time. The pitch came inside, 1-1. Fott has thrown 66 pitches. This all started with Bryce Terang walking in a 9-pitch plate appearance, and then Contreras homering on the 9th pitch he saw. The 1-1. Bunts, but it came inside. It hit him off the knob of the bat, and it's foul ball. It was Collins probably about to get hit by the pitch were he not bunting at it. That's how far inside it came, but he did get the bat to the ball. Actually, he got the barrel on it. I said the knob. Foul bunt. 1-2. It was very inside, I promise you. There's a pickoff play in behind Yelich at second base. That's not in time. Christian back in standing up with Perdomo, the shortstop, sneaking in behind him. Brewers leading 3-0. Jacob Mizorowski has had a great start. If you're just turning on the ball game, 3 innings, 6 strikeouts. Has not permitted a hit as yet. And now timeout is called. Collins granted it. Pitch clock will be reset. It's the twilight portion of the evening. Temperatures already in the mid-60s. It's kind of felt like late September the first couple of nights of this series. Fought with a 1-2. Collins breaks his bat, I think. Grounds one to first base. Pavin Smith is going to go second base. They get the force there on Frelick. Perdomo takes the throw, but no relay. It was not hit hard enough to get 2. And the runners will be on the corners for the Brewers with 2 out. Didn't hit it hard. Not sure if the bat actually fractured. And Pavin Smith gets the 3-6 fielder's choice. Over to third advances Yelich. Then Anthony Siegler with a chance to add on here for the Crew. 2-out RBI opportunity. He took a called third strike back in the second. The term that Pat Murphy's been using this month to describe his offense, a bunch of woodpeckers, and they've been pecking at the Diamondbacks starters the first 2 nights of this series. 1 through 9. First pitch, Siegler, swing and a miss. Kept the fastball out away from him, did the right-hander Fought. 0-1 on Anthony. I imagine when you're the opposing starting pitcher getting ready to face the Brewers these days, You are not happy about it. Runner goes for second. It's a ball outside and no throw by Moreno. It's a steal for Isaac Collins, uncontested. Wasn't worth throwing through, the Diamondbacks decided, because then you could have had Yelich sneak home through the back door. Yeah, you have to be in that pitcher-catcher meeting with the pitching coach before the game and thinking, this isn't going to be very fun. Even if I end up pitching well, they're going to make it hard on me. They almost always do. 1-1 pitch, Siegler. Took it just a little bit low on a changeup, 2-1.
Yeah, I think it's a stressful night anytime you're a pitcher in a Major League Baseball game, but especially so if you're facing this lineup because of all the different ways they can hurt you, all the different things you have to be accountable to when you're pitching against the Brewers lineup.
Base hit, could plate 2. Second and third, 2 out, up 3-0. 2-1. Siegler takes a strike. Outside corner with a fastball, well placed, and it's 2-2. Yeah, that's the thing of it, and I think the mentality really for the Brewers offense has been, you might get us out, but we're really going to make you work to get us out if you do. Yelich and Collins lead. Fought, set at the belt. 2-2 pitch. Siegler lofts one into left, and a play for Jake McCarthy. Coming on in, goes into a slide. He can't catch it. Hit off his glove. It rolls towards the line. 2-run score. Siegler dives safely into second base. What a big play. A blooper, a bleeder, and it falls off the left fielder's glove for a 2-run double. Wow, it's 5-0 Brewers. They've scored 4 runs in the third inning. Jake McCarthy had a chance to make the play. Going into that foot-first slide, he just didn't catch it. And Anthony Siegler with one of his biggest hits as a big leaguer. 2 out, 2-run double. Those are the kind of swings that win ball games. Make a 2-run inning a 4-run inning. And now Blake Perkins, runner at second, 2 out. And he'll take low ball 1. $75 donated to the MAC Fund, as they do for every double by a Brewers player, by West Bend, the Silver Lining. Wow, Siegler. His 4th and 5th career RBIs. That was his first extra base hit, Lane. Perkins takes just a little bit low, and it's 2-0 on Blake. Had not had an extra base knock until that one.
And they won't judge it on exit velo. It's going to be a double for the rest of his life.
Blake Perkins lined out to short last inning. He takes a strike on the inside corner. Fought has thrown, I think, over 30 pitches in the inning, and the bullpen is starting to work. Could the Brewers knock out the Diamondbacks starter in the third inning again? They did it last night. 2-1 pitch. Perk takes a strike. Backdoor curveball, 2-2.
Yeah, and they don't have Jarvis to handle the rest of the game tonight like they did last night. What a job he did for them.
2-run home run by Contreras. 2-run double by Anthony Siegler. It's 5-0 Brewers. 2 out. Runner at second in the 2-2. Inside. That was close, but it missed. Perkins doing the woodpecking. 3 balls, 2 strikes. They all do it, Lane.
They just pass the baton. Get to first. That's your job.
Monasterio waits in the on-deck circle. 3-2 on Blake. Fought throws, and it's fouled back. Got a fastball. 95 on the gun. It's out of play. If Perkins walks, Torey Lovullo is going to have a decision to make because of the amount of pitches that Fought has had to use in this third inning. You might have to, for his own health, take him out. Perkins waits from the left. Fought's 3-2. Line drive into right field. That's falling fast. Carroll can't make the diving catch. It one hops into his glove. Scoring from second is Siegler. And the beat goes on. It's a 2-out RBI single by Blake Perkins with a great at-bat. It's 5 in the third for the second straight night for the Brewers. They lead this game 6-0. Corbin Carroll went into the dive just as Jake McCarthy had done the previous batter. McCarthy had it go off his glove. Carroll had it bounce right in front of him into the mid. Did a great job, actually, to prevent that from getting by him and going all the way to the wall. He caught it cleanly on the short hop. did Corbin Carroll.
Now I have to think this is going to be it for Fott. Moreno's out there to visit, but 38 pitches in the inning for Fott.
Yep. They stalled, and now here comes Torey Lovello. We're going to have a U.S. Cellular call to the bullpen in the third inning again. It's incredible. The Brewers, the last two nights, have scored 5 runs in the third inning, and each time knocked the Arizona starting pitcher right on out of the ballgame. And so the call to the pen has been made. U.S. Cellular reminds you that when the game is on, turn your notifications off with us mode. U.S. Cellular.
Folks, that right there is Decoy, the luckiest dog in the world. His owner is Shohei Ohtani, a myth of a man. A human who can do all this with a baseball is every dog's dream. 100-mile-an-hour fastballs, drool. 250-foot dingers, woof. He gets called a good boy in 2 entire countries. And I get Greg. I just hope all that fame doesn't go to his head.
It is a 1933 Gaudy Babe Ruth card. It is 8.5 PSA. It's graded higher than the one in the Smithsonian.
This card at one point came with a pack or a stick of chewing gum.
This card actually is almost a century old. It was bought for a penny.
So the fact that just the heritage of a card like this is now coming up almost 90 years later into an auction, it's a pretty special moment.
Truckers and fleets with the most dependable 24-hour road service. Pops Tire, proud partner of Hankook Tire, the official tire of Major League Baseball. Never halfway Hankook Tire. For the best deals on tires and all your service needs, visit PopsTire.com.
80 pitches for Brandon Pfaadt. He is done after 2 2/3 innings. The Brewers landed a haymaker against him, and it's Jake Woodford, 28-year-old right-hander, to come in to face Andre Monasterio. Runner at first is Perkins, still 2 out. Then a swing and a miss by Monasterio. It's 0-1. 5 runs are in. The last 3 of which have scored with 2 outs on hits by Anthony Siegler and Blake Perkins. It's 6-0 Milwaukee. Monasterio popped out to end last inning, and he takes a pitch high, 1-1. So this is the 9th batter. Brendan Pfaadt, 2 2/3 innings, 8 hits, a walk, and at least 6 runs, all of them earned. Woodford with a 1-1. It fouled back into the screen by Monasterio, 1-2. Former Cardinals draft pick Woodford. Brewers saw him with St. Louis quite a bit. He was with them from 2020 all the way up until 2023. Bounced around since. White Sox, Pirates. Now his 13th game with the Diamondbacks. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Elevated heat. And that will finally retire the side. But the Brewers have almost an identical third inning to the one from last night. They score 5 again and knock out the starting pitcher. We go to the 4th. 6-0 Crew on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American.
That's Gus Judge. His owner is Aaron Judge, captain of the Yankees. His dog park is Yankee Stadium. Ooh, I bowl in that grass for days. Bet he gets to fetch those dingers. I'm sure Aaron chases him like that around the house. Aaron's also the nicest human ever. Just not to baseballs. My human, he eats shredded cheese by the handful. I hope Gus knows just how good he's got it.
To be in, the middle of New York to display a card like this is really such a big part of the Fanatics mission. We think about how do we create new experiences. Now we get the opportunity to put incredible Holy Grail cards in front of tens of thousands, if not millions of new people. It's not just about collectors today, but also about how do we bring new collectors into the space as well. It's really what we do it all for.
The Brewers, and now after 5 in the third, Jacob Misiorowski's got a 6-0 lead with which to work. The fourth inning begins with Ketel Marte up, and he takes high ball 1. That was a good pitch, but not given to the Miz. He has pitched 3 scoreless and hitless innings with 6 strikeouts already. Only base runner a walk. The 1-0. Marte takes that one in the zone at the bottom of it. A slider, 96-mile-an-hour, strike 1. Ketel Marte's had the best contact thus far against Misiorowski. He flew out to the warning track in left back in the first. Well, that was a long wait. Almost a half an hour in between game pitches by the Miz. Kind of wait you like, though. 1-1. Marte, big swing and a miss. Up the ladder, 99. Then he chased up at his shoulders, 1-2. Marte, Carroll, and Gurriel. Meat of the order coming up in the fourth. 1-2 pitch, swung on and popped foul into the seat's third base side. It remains a ball and 2 strikes. Carbless is a proud partner of the Brewers. Premium ready-to-drink cocktails. 0 carbs, 0 sugar, 0 gluten. Find it at the ballpark or at your local grocery store. Carbless, less is more. Misiorowski trying to put the all-star Marte away. Pitch is outside on a changeup. Everything Miz throws is hard. His changeup is anywhere from about 92 to 94 miles an hour. That was 93 on the gun. The sun has set. Misiorowski's 2-2 pitch. Chopped foul softly on a curveball up the first base line. Well, the Brewers are going to host the Phillies Labor Day. They come back after going to Toronto this weekend and start that series in the middle of the afternoon Monday. Miz with a 2-2. Half swing, ball hits his bat, and it's grounded softly to second. Played by Terang, throws to first. There was indecision as to who was going to take that throw. Vaughn got back there, but by the time he did, Marte beat it. Misiorowski went over to cover first base. They didn't need him, but he just wasn't sure of that, and so Miz finally peeled off, and Vaughn took Terang's throw, but it was late. Give Ketel Marte credit for hustling. On a miscommunication, it's an infield hit on a half swing by the Diamondbacks' second sacker. Vaughn had a long way to go, too, to get to first base. That's the biggest reason that Terang had to wait to make that throw, is because Vaughn was also hustling over there. I think initially he thought maybe he was going to have to go after it. Now, before we have Corbin Carroll bat, he goes back to his dugout. Got an athletic trainer looking at him. Something's in his eye. He just pointed to his eyeball. Might be an issue with a contact lens. If you've ever worn contacts, you know how uncomfortable that could be. So we've got timeout. Well, it does not get any better than a long weekend. And $1 hot dogs at a Brewers game. Told you that Monday the Phillies come to town to start a series. Right now, those are the teams with the 2 best records in the National League. Join the crew for that Labor Day game and enjoy $1 dogs all game long. Get your seat at brewers.com/tickets. Misiorowski's going to throw some pitches just to stay loose as they work on the eyeballs of Corbin Carroll. So Marte gets the first hit of the game for the Diamondbacks on an excuse me swing. Speaking of Jacob Misiorowski, you can get a new Jacob Misiorowski t-shirt at a Brewers game on September 16th in about 2.5 weeks. Never too early to plan for it. They were supposed to give that out a few weeks ago, but that got rescheduled. Be one of the first 10,000 fans on September 16th, and you'll get a Miz Special Edition t-shirt. Get your seats before it's too late. Brewers.com/giveaways. They're still working on the eyeballs of Corbin Carroll. Brewers just scored 5 runs in the bottom of the third and took a 6-0 lead. Mizorowski had to wait now about 2 minutes before Corbin Carroll came up to bat after he allowed his first hit of the day. As they're having fun on the PA and playing I Can See Clearly Now by Johnny Nash. Well done. Okay, now here we go. Carroll struck out his first time up. Runner at first base is Marte, and Mizorowski from the stretch throws, and it's in there. Knee high, 97-mile-an-hour, strike one. Corbin Carroll struck out his first time, one of the 6 that Miz has. Right-hander from the stretch, an 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Gassed him up the ladder. 98. Right beneath the shoulders, and he chased. 0-2. That's one thing the Brewers have done with Corbin Carroll tonight. They've decided to go up, and he has been going up the ladder. 0-2 the count. Mizorowski set at the belt, and he throws. And he got him looking that time with a changeup, a knee buckler. Right at the knees, and 3 pitches put Corbin Carroll right back into the dugout.
That at bat lasted a lot less time than the delay to get him into the box did.
No kidding. Maybe they got to get him some new contacts.
All that for that.
Yeah. Try a third pair. Good luck seeing Jacob Mizorowski. And now the batter, Lourdes Gurriel Jr. 1 on, 1 out. Swing and a miss on a slider. 93 miles an hour, biting down and away from the right-handed hitter. Let's drive around the league, brought to you by Construction Business Group. Wisconsin operating engineers and trusted contractors building Wisconsin together. Coming up in about an hour and 45 minutes, it'll be the Cubs and the Giants. Game 1 of that series at Oracle by the Bay in San Francisco. Matthew Boyd against Justin Verlander. 0-1 fly into center field and playable for Blake Perkins. Drifts a few steps over to his left. That's into right center field. Now it descends and he makes the catch for out number 2. Gurriel is retired. And then after the excuse me base hit, 1 on with 2 out for Pavin Smith. Cubs have been playing very well. They've gotten back within 5.5 in the Central Division of the division-leading Brewers. See if Justin Verlander can summon some of the fountain of youth later tonight. Give a good game against that Chicago offense that got hot in Anaheim over the weekend. First pitch to Pavin Smith is fouled back into the screen. It's 0-1. Here it's 6-0 Brewers in the 4th. Pavin Smith did a soft line out to third base his first time.
I believe the Cubs are going to get Logan Webb in the finale of that series, too.
0-1 pitch. Half-hearted swing and a miss. He was fooled by a curveball. It's 0-2. And the Giants look very spunky against the Brewers this weekend.
Well, look, there's talent on that roster. And that lineup, you talk about Matt Chapman, Willie Adames, Rafael Devers, they can hurt you.
0-2 pitch. Smith loops one foul, third base side. Wasn't up in the air long enough for it to be caught by Anthony Siegler, who gave it a chase. But the ball landed on the apron, and it's still 0-2.
And the Cubs are a home run hitting team, and that's a tough ballpark to hit home runs in. So we'll see how that series shakes out. But that won't be an easy one, I don't think, for Chicago.
New York Mets are trying to make it a race in the National League East. They just scored 5 runs in the 5th inning against the Phillies. 0-2 pitch, down and in on Smith, 1-2. Phillies scored 2 in the top of the 5th against Sean Manaea. And Jesus Luzardo's given it right back. 5 runs in, still batting. 5-2 Mets as they try to win the first 2 games of that series. They could get back within 5 games of Philadelphia if they hold on. 1 on, 2 out. 1-2 pitch. Ripped down the right field line, hooking into the corner. That's going to be a fair ball, and it one-hops the fence and goes out of play. And that perhaps saved a run. Going out of play, it becomes a dead ball and an automatic double for Pavin Smith. But that has to hold Ketel Marte, the runner at third base, and so no runs scored. It remains 6-0. That was fair by maybe a foot or two inside the chalk, right down the right field line, and hopped up over the short wall over there. Sal Frelick helped the umpire by putting his arms up immediately to say, hey, it's out of play, dead ball. And Contreras goes to talk to Mizorowski before Gabriel Moreno bats with 2 in scoring position. Well, we don't have to look all that far back, Lane, to remember a time where a 6-0 lead wasn't very safe. Brewers led 6-0 after 5 innings last night, and the Diamondbacks scored 5 runs.
Safe enough to get the win, though.
Yeah.
So we're grateful for that.
I guess that's my way of saying, hey, cautious.
Look, these games can turn quick. That's one thing we've seen a lot. In many cases, in the case of the Brewers making a ferocious comeback like they did in Cincinnati.
So here's a big batter in Moreno. 2 out, and he takes just a bit inside. He was close, but he didn't get the call, did Mizorowski. Gabriel Moreno struck out back in the second inning. Miz trying to get him to complete 4 scoreless. This will be his 70th pitch as runners lead from second and third. The 1-0. Hit in the air into left center field. This is pretty deep. Back on it goes Collins at the track. Collins at the wall. It's gone. It's a 3-run home run by Gabriel Moreno, and the lead is cut in half with 1 swing of the catcher's bat. 6-3 here in the fourth. A 3-run home run for the 2nd straight night to spearhead a Diamondbacks comeback. Yesterday it was Lourdes Gurriel. Tonight it's Gabriel Moreno into the Brewers bullpen. Boy, it's like we've been watching the same game again from Monday on Tuesday. Got a slider, and he pulled it out of here. Moreno just recently came off of the injured list. Now with 2 out and the bases clear, Jake McCarthy takes outside ball 1. Moreno had been out for over 2 months with a hand injury until last week. Just hit his 7th home run of the year, a 3-run shot. 1-0 is a strike to McCarthy, and it's 1-1. The inning actually probably should have been over. The first batter, Ketel Marte, hit a routine ground ball to second base, but the Brewers didn't complete the out.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's not an error, but it's a play the Brewers make in their sleep.
6-3 Milwaukee, the 1-1 to McCarthy. That's a strike at the knees. And it's 1-2. The other thing that this inning will do is probably make it so that Mizorowski is not going to last very deep into this game as he gets into the mid-70s pitch count here in the fourth. 1-2. Swung on and missed. He got him with a curveball. Good bounce back for Jacob as he puts away Jake McCarthy. Then he has struck out 2 batters in each of his 4 innings tonight. 8 total ortho ASAP.
That's Gus Judge. His owner is Aaron Judge, captain of the Yankees. His dog park is Yankee Stadium. Ooh, I'd roll in that grass for days. Bet he gets to fetch those dingers. I'm sure Aaron chases him like that around the house. Aaron's also the nicest human ever. Just not to baseballs. My human, he eats shredded cheese by the handful. I hope Gus knows just how good he's got it.
Let's open this up. Take a look at what we find. Looks like we've got Lauren Shahadi.
Animation is great.
We got Robert Flores, one of the stars of MLB Central with Lauren Shahadi. Then we got Mark DeRosa. Look at that. He looks like Superman, does he not? Right?
He was when he was with the Cubs.
Harold Reynolds looking ripped in a tracksuit in Studio 42. There I am. The hair's all
I know this guy.
Look at that jawline.
always a great call. That's because their agents are always there to protect your dreams.
Well, we've got a 6-3 Brewers lead as they bat with the top of the order in the bottom of the fourth. Bryce Terang leads off against reliever Jake Woodford. Stays out there and delivers a letter-high strike on Terang. Bryce walked on 9 pitches to start the 5-run rally in the third. The Brewers got 5. Diamondbacks came back and got 3 in the fourth. The 0-1. Very high on Terang, who's 0 for 1 with that base on balls. Woodford came in and struck out Monasterio to finally extinguish the fire. Brandon Pfaadt, the starter, only 2 2/3 innings. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Elevated cutter from the former Cardinal, Jake Woodford. 1-2. Woodford this season 0-3 with a 5.76 ERA. Averages about 2 innings per outing. Right-hander is set, and the pitch very high. 2 balls, 2 strikes with William Contreras and Christian Yelich. Scheduled to follow, they each went 2 for 2 against Brandon Pfaadt. Terang waits. Woodford kicks. 2-2 pitch. Outside. Changeup missed. It's a full count. It's been an offensive-minded series thus far. Game 2 of 4. 3-2 pitch. Breaking ball got him looking. That was right down the middle. It was a changeup, actually pulled a string, and Woodford has struck out each batter he's faced. Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the Brewers Radio Network. With Ken Sommerfeld, our producer-engineer, and next to Lane Grindle, I'm Josh Maurer. Brewers 6, Diamondbacks 3 in the fourth, and William Contreras takes a pitch down low from the right-hander Jake Woodford. 1-0 with 1 out in the home fourth. Contreras doubled and scored in the first and mashed a 2-run home run in the third. 441 feet. Checks his swing, but the ball plucks his bat. Squibs foul, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. The Brewers have honored their hero of the game, Lieutenant Colonel Tammy Scott. They do it on the dugout between innings early on every night here at American Family Field, and Lieutenant Colonel Scott had her young baby with her in her arms as she was honored. Member of the 128th Air Refueling Wing. Thank you for your service, Tammy Scott. And Network Health salutes all of our nation's veterans. 1-1 to Contreras is upstairs. Retired veterans, you can turn to Network Health for affordable and reliable health plans tailored to meet your needs. Find the coverage you need and health plan experience you want with Network Health. Learn more at networkhealth.com/veterans. 1 out, the 2-1. Contreras chops it to short. 2 hops right at Geraldo Perdomo. Takes his time and throws out Contreras by 4 or 5 steps. First time Williams been retired, and that brings up Yelich. I don't know how anybody's been able to concentrate on a baseball game tonight when Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce got engaged today. How could we even focus on such non-important matters outside of that?
I'll tell you exactly how I found out today. I got a phone call from my 17-year-old daughter.
Josie is one of the biggest T-Swift fans that I know. Yelich takes a pitch, deemed high, ball 1.
I have a feeling there's so many other dads that found out the exact same way.
Well, you're the biggest Kansas City Chiefs fan that I know, so you could have found out several avenues. The Kelce side of things. Yelly has singled twice. He chops the foul, and it's 1-1.
It's funny, we spent a lot of Sunday talking about Uke and all the different people that made their way through the booth over the years. Travis Kelce came to the booth a couple of years ago in spring training. It was pre-dating Taylor Swift, but he was still a pretty big star. He was a Super Bowl champion at that point in time. A couple of times over.
1-1 to Yelich. Woodford delivers a high strike at the top of the zone with a fastball, 1-2.
Travis Kelce, big baseball fan.
I really liked him in Happy Gilmore, too.
Quite a role.
A good waiter. 2 out, the 1-2. Yelich lofts one into left center, but it's slicing right to McCarthy, who comes on in. Jake McCarthy makes the cap-high catch. Inning over, and Woodford has retired the 4 batters he's faced. They played some Taylor Swift in between the...
Folks, that right there is Decoy, the luckiest dog in the world. His owner is Shohei Ohtani, a myth of a man. A human who can do all this with a baseball is every dog's dream. 100-mile-an-hour fastballs, drool, 250-foot dingers, woof. He gets called a good boy in 2 entire countries. And I get Greg. I just hope all that fame doesn't go to his head.
Got to get yourself ready.
Yes, there are hugs, and then there's that.
Now, what is that? What is the purpose of that?
It's an anemometer. It measures wind speed.
So that's good.
But it looks like a fidget spinner.
Meanwhile, on the Cove, it just looks like too much fun.
It was so routine, he took his eye off.
You got to come up with this play. You got to. You're right there. You had 2 hands. He looked it in. Oh.
The beauty of this jersey is the feel, the texture, the thin, the stitching is heavy, so you kind of feel that jersey that was very heavy. Check it out, the last name and the number, they have a little glitter on them, so they kind of stack up. It just feels right. I had some really cool cleats to go with it. The way it gets dirty when you slide, it just kind of like rubs off on that glitter. It's really, really cool.
This is the Brewers Radio Network.
5th inning time, 6-3 Brewers over the Diamondbacks, and a well-rested Lane Grindle's back on the mic.
I took a little nap during the last 2 innings. First pitch to Blaze Alexander's fouled out of play first base side, and it's 0-1. Not true. I was sitting here with you, watching you work really hard. It was a long 2 innings that you had it for.
We had a lot going on.
Even had a contact delay. The 0-1 on Blaze Alexander is right through there for a strike at 98, and it's 0-2. Miz has really thrown the ball pretty well tonight. This has been a step forward for Miz. He did give up the 3-run home run last inning, but as Josh pointed out, you could make an argument he should have been out of the inning before it even happened. And the 0-2 to Alexander, swung on and fouled back. He got a slider at the top of the zone. And it stays at no balls and 2 strikes. A 6-3 Brewers lead. Brewers with a single tally in the first and then a 5-run third where they batted around yet again. 0-2 pitch. This is fouled back into the net. And it stays at 0-2. Another fastball at 98. Velo's been kind of in that 99 range most of the night. We did see him hit 101 back in the 2nd inning. Here's the swing and a miss at a curveball down below the zone. Ortho ASAP strikeout number 9 for Mizorowski. And there's one away here in the top of the 5th inning. Remember, the career high is 12 for Miz. Going to be tough to get to that tonight. He did that against the Dodgers in that start that I think everybody will remember, opposite of Clayton Kershaw. First pitch to Alec Thomas is a swing and a miss. And it's 0-1. 99 on the radar gun with that one. Brewers have now sent 9+ batters to the plate 28 times this year. 0-1. That is high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Remember, during the winning streak, we were keeping a tally of how many innings where they sent 7 or more to the plate. I think it got well north of 20 before it was over. And that was just in that stretch, but that was 7+. Here's a half swing and a miss on a curveball down below the zone. 1-2 on Thomas. Time for a vibe check. A cooler full of Vizzy Hard Seltzer. Big vibe, Vizzy Hard Seltzer. The seltzer that passes the vibe check. One-two pitch. This one is popped up into shallow left, going out of Siegler. He won't get to it. It'll fall in there, and racing to second is Thomas, and he's in there with the double. Thomas has so much speed, and off the bat, he knew he had a shot at stretching that into two, and that's what he did. So it is a bloop double for Alek Thomas. Somewhat similar to that bloop double by Siegler that came back in the third inning that scored a couple of runs. And that was a curveball, and that was one that stayed up on Jacob. He'd probably like to have that pitch back a little bit, even though he didn't get hard contact against it. 66 miles an hour off the bat and popped up. But just into no man's land between Siegler and Collins in left. So here's the top of the order now in Perdomo. Mizorowski the pitch. Missed outside. It's 1-0. So we told you the 12 strikeouts. That was back on July the 8th. That's his most. This is the second most he's had in any single start. Already at 9. 1-0 pitch to Perdomo is high. 2 balls and no strikes. Tobias Myers is getting loose in that Brewers bullpen. Miz is at 85 pitches. And the 2-0 pitch. And that caught the very bottom of the strike zone. Fastball at 99. 2-1 on Perdomo, who has struck out both times against Mizorowski. This is the third time through the order for the Diamondbacks. Just starting right here with Perdomo against Miz. And the 2-1 pitch. And that is lined down the right field line, but foul and out of play. Got out in front of a slider. A slider at 94. It is really amazing that anybody can even hit Jacob Mizorowski. When he's throwing strikes, all that extension, the way he gets downhill, it really shows you just how great all of these hitters at this level are. And now Perdomo, I think, is asking for some clarification. I think time was granted here to Perdomo, and I'm not sure that he wanted to call for time. A little conversation going on between Tosi and Perdomo. I didn't see exactly when that conversation began, but I think that's what happened. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mizorowski comes set at the belly button, and the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck about 100 right down the middle, and he blew it past Perdomo. That is the 10th strikeout of the night for Jacob Mizorowski. Double digits with the Ortho ASAP strikeouts here tonight. And there's 2 away now. He has struck out Perdomo 3 times. And now here's a big battle against Ketel Marte. 1 for 2 with an asterisk next to it tonight for Marte. First pitch. And he didn't go on a fastball that missed in at 99. Didn't miss by a lot. Marte able to check just barely. 1 ball and no strikes on the All-Star. Ketel Marte. 1-0. Swing and a miss. It's 1-1. This is probably the end of the line for Mizorowski. If he can take care of Marte, Brewers would be pleased with 5 innings out of him here tonight. One pitch. Missed down and in with a changeup. 2-1. Changeup at 95. A 95-mile-an-hour changeup. Sometimes all you can do is laugh. 2-1 here on Marte. The pitch. And he chopped it foul at the plate. That was a fastball at 100. And I think Miz, sensing the end of his night, cranking it up a little bit with the velo on that fastball. See if he does anything other than just try to get one at the top of the zone as hard as he can throw it right here. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Marte. Runner at second can run. That's Alec Thomas. It is a 6-3 Brewers lead here in the top of the 5th. Marte looking out at Mizorowski. Crowd getting behind him. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and it's a one-hopper to first. Vaughn fields it, runs to the bag, retires Marte, and Jacob Mizorowski with 10 strikeouts through 5 innings here tonight, and he likely will exit with a 6-3 lead.
That's Gus Judge. His owner is Aaron Judge, captain of the Yankees. His dog park is Yankee Stadium. Ooh, I'd roll in that grass for days. Bet he gets to fetch those dingers. I'm sure Aaron chases him like that around the house. Aaron's also the nicest human ever. Just not to baseballs. My human, he eats shredded cheese by the handful. I hope Gus knows just how good he's got it.
Nation or windownation.com.
It is a 6-3 Brewers lead as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning here at American Family Field. And Jake Woodford stays on the mound, and a chopper off the bat of Andrew Vaughn. A couple of hops behind the bag at second, played by the shortstop Perdomo, and he throws to first in time to retire Vaughn, who is now 0 for 2 tonight, and that'll get Frelick to the plate. Frelick with a couple of infield singles. In this one, he's 2 for 2, batting average back up to .299 for Sally. Briefly, he had it north of 300 earlier in the homestand. Woodford brings home the pitch, and Sal showed bunt, pulled the bat back, and took a strike. And it's 0-1. Mizorowski probably done. 5 innings, a career high 93 pitches tonight for Mizorowski. Gave up the 3 runs. It all came on that one swing back in the 4th. Otherwise, very good night for Jacob Mizorowski. Brewers will be pleased, I think, with the production they got from him. Here's Sal. Puts a charge in one, out to left. It's going to push McCarthy back, but he will make the catch about 20 feet shy of the warning track. There was a changeup away, and Sal just poked it to left, and McCarthy back there to make the catch. 2 away for Isaac Collins. Camping, cookouts, family get-togethers, they're all in full swing. Summertime in Wisconsin starting to fade a little bit into autumn, though. It certainly has felt like that the last couple of days. Enjoy them all with summer's favorite food, the Usinger's Bratwurst. Whether your gang prefers brats or hot dogs, Usinger's is, of course, the name to look for. Collins takes a fastball for a strike. It's 0-1. 2 outs and nobody on here in the bottom of the 5th. Myers continues to get loose in the Brewers bullpen. And the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball at 93. It's 0-2. Collins tonight 0 for 2. Strikeout and a fielder's choice. And he checks on a changeup that missed down in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Collins just 3 for his last 30. The ones that he's collected in that stretch, though, have counted. Extra base hits for Collins. All 3 of those hits. 1-2 pitch. Missed outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Woodford has thrown 25 pitches in relief. He is a guy that has struggled this year, but he's pitched well so far out of the bullpen to slow things down on this Brewers offense a little bit. 2-2s up and away. Count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
You said it earlier. They're not going to be able to ask him to do what they asked for Bryce Jarvis last night, who went the last 5 2/3 innings. But you're right. He's brought in a fire hose.
He has certainly slowed this Brewers offense down a little bit the last couple of innings. 3-2 is high, and there's a 2-out walk to Isaac Collins. Ortho ASAP, walk right in. Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference. He came in and had retired 6 straight before that walk to Collins. Brewers had a lot of success against Fott tonight. 2 2/3, 8 hits, and 6 runs allowed for Fott against the Crew. Woodford an ERA north of 5. And Siegler a chopper to second. Couple of hops out to Marte. Fields and throws to first. And the inning is over. We go to the 6th inning. It is 6-3 Brewers on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
That's Gus Judge. His owner is Aaron Judge, captain of the Yankees. His dog park is Yankee Stadium. Ooh, I'd roll in that grass for days. Betty gets to fetch those dingers. I'm sure Aaron chases him like that around the house. Aaron's also the nicest human ever. Just not to baseballs. My human, he eats shredded cheese by the handful. I hope Gus knows just how good he's got it.
Like build this for them and spend the last year of coming up with this concept and getting it off the ground and getting everybody here. Like, it just feels really good to have everybody coming and experiencing the thing that we've been working so hard on. To be able to like take the experiences of Comic-Con and add that to a card show just is really fulfilling, because as somebody who grew up going to card shows and still goes to the same card show in the same church basement in Trumbull, Connecticut every month, like, it's great. Card shows are amazing, but to be able to add all of this experience is what makes this great.
6-3 Brewers lead here in Milwaukee. Tobias Myers takes over on the mound for the Crew. Jacob Mizorowski, 5 innings tonight, gives up just 4 hits and 3 runs, strikes out 10, his second career double-digit strikeout effort of his young career. And Tobias Myers, first pitch to Corbin Carroll, swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Carroll has struck out both times tonight. 3-run lead to protect for the Brewers. And here's a fly ball to right. Frelick breaking in and to his left, makes the catch. 1 away here in the 6th. That'll get Lourdes Gurriel Jr. to the plate. Take another look out your windows. Upgrade with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Built for long-lasting comfort and reliability. Right now, scores 0% interest for up to 5 years at PellaWI.com. 13th appearance of the year for Tobias. 3.90 ERA coming in. Now down to 3.86 after retiring Corbin Carroll. First pitch to Gurriel is in there for a strike on a cutter. And it's 0-1. He has looked really good out of the bullpen for the Brewers here in the second half of the season when they've called on him. 0-1. And that missed low with a slider. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, it's funny how roles can change year to year. At this point last season, you were looking at Myers as one of your dependable guys in the rotation.
1-1. That is in there for a strike on a cut fastball. It's 1-2.
Didn't work out when he was given that chance to start earlier this year. Straightened things out when he was in Nashville, added that splitter. Boy, he's looked phenomenal in these roles.
1-2. And this one is hit high and into left field, down the left field line, and into the corner goes Collins. It'll land foul. And so it stays 1-2 here on Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Didn't know if that would stay fair or not off the bat. It did not have the distance anyway, but Collins was not going to be able to get over there and make a catch. And now Gurriel will use his timeout. You always wonder, too, with Tobias, he had that oblique issue in the middle of spring training. He looked very sharp in spring, and you take that for what it is in spring training, of course. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him with a slider at the very top of the strike zone. It's an ortho ASAP strikeout for Tobias. There's 2 away now for Pavin Smith. But how did that kind of get Tobias off track? Nobody will ever really know. But he joined the rotation a couple of weeks late after the season got started. Just wasn't quite the Tobias we saw a year ago at that point. Pitch is in there for a strike on Smith with that cut fastball. It's 0-1. He would have those flashes in those starts where it looked like, okay, here he comes. Ended up getting option. 0-1. And that missed a little bit high with a fastball at 97 from Tobias Myers. But when the Brewers brought him back up towards the end of the first half and spanning over into the second half, 1-1. This is hit high and deep to right center. On the run is Frelick. He won't get there. It'll bounce on the warning track and up against the wall. It's a 2-out double for Pavin Smith. So Smith into second with a 2-out double, and that'll get Gabriel Moreno to the plate for Arizona. But he's looked good. As you said, that splitter has turned into a nice swing and miss pitch for him. That when he gets 2 strikes on you, especially if you're a left-handed hitter, he can try to work that down and away. Now, he left that one up, and that was the problem. That one was about belt high to Pavin Smith. But it's been a good pitch to finish guys off with. Myers working out of the stretch here. First pitch to Moreno. He is in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Moreno is 1 for 2 tonight. Had the 3-run home run back in the 4th. Dangerous hitter. Myers kicks and delivers the 0-1. That missed high. 1 ball and 1 strike.
They were able to get Tobias back up here yesterday, unfortunately, because Grant Anderson got injured.
That is not believed to be a lengthy stay on the IL for Grant. 1-1. This one's fouled back and out of play. It's 1-2. John Curtis, the former Brewer, is getting loose right now for the Diamondbacks in their bullpen. We got an update today. DL Hall, they're talking maybe late September. That's a tough break. Those obliques are always tricky. One-two pitch. Fouled out of play, first base side, and it'll stay at 1-2. Of all the injuries the Brewers are dealing with, and look, Jackson Chourio, we know how big of a deal that is. Rhys Hoskins is a veteran. I think the DL Hall injury is as significant as about any of the injuries the Brewers have dealt with this side of Jackson Chourio. 1-2. Down and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gave you a length option out of the bullpen. He's kind of a versatile guy, and it was a guy that was available on a night that Aaron Ashby wouldn't be, like tonight, where Ashby's probably not available after working last night, multiple innings. 2-2. This one is hit into right center. It is trouble. Frelick on the move. He's got a beat on it. Makes the catch. Frelick got a great first step. Ended up making that catch in stride in right. And the inning is over. So the Diamondbacks got a 2-out double.
You like to buck a traditional training schedule, Aries, because you can get complacent doing the exact same regimen of exercises every day. But if you don't keep up some of the consistency with your workout routine, you'll never get to see all of your hard work pay off on the field. Pick up one new productive habit and see yourself flourish by the time you make it to the playoffs.
That's Gus Judge. His owner is Aaron Judge, captain of the Yankees. His dog park is Yankee Stadium. Ooh, I roll in that grass for days. Betty gets to fetch those dingers. I'm sure Aaron chases him like that around the house. Aaron's also the nicest human ever. Just not to baseballs. My human, he eats shredded cheese by the handful. I hope Gus knows just how good he's got it.
Do you guys make your own brisket here?
Yes, we do. We are known by our brisket.
Barbecue brisket sandwich. Quality is better than other places, and it looks good. We're ready to eat.
We go to an average 500 briskets per game. We hear a lot from our fans. They want to try something with wrap, easy to eat. So we say, well, let's do like brisket, wrap, and an egg roll.
That's beautiful. You get the gold medal for culinary brisketry.
Workers' compensation policy from West Bend. It's how to give every problem a silver lining. West Bend, the worst brings out our best. To find out more, visit thesilverlining.com.
Shop Steinhaufel's Labor Day sale. 10% off store-wide or 36 months 0% financing. Queen Sealy mattress just $199. Shop Steinhaufel's in-store and on steinhaufels.com.
We go to the bottom of the sixth inning, and a 6-3 lead for the Brewers. Had a little bit of carnage during the sausage race in between innings. Polish went down big time. Clean up on aisle 4. There's no aisles at American Family Field, but you get the point. It wasn't good. Well, we didn't have to bring the stretcher out or anything for the Polish. He was able to walk off on his own power. Blake Perkins in there. Woodford still on the mound for the Diamondbacks. First pitch to Perk. Squared to bunt, pulled the bat back, and took inside for ball 1. Brewers raced out to a 6-0 lead in this one. Getting another look at this. Oh, man. Review. Oh, nice job by the Chorizo to avoid the legs of the Polish. He jumped over it and kept on running. 1-0 pitch. Perkins, a ground ball to second base. Marte gets around it, fires to first in time, and retires Blake Perkins. That is the first out of the 6th. And here's Andrew Monasterio. 6th inning is the Woodman's Food Market's home run inning. Our contestant is Brian Kryzanski. Brian will win a gift card jackpot of $700 if a member of the crew hits a home run this inning. And $100 will be added to the total for each additional home run this half. First offering is a little low to Andrew. It's 1-0. Visit any participating Woodman's store to enter service and savings. That's Woodman's. Visit WTMJ.com for official contest rules and details. 1-0 pitch is a fly ball into left center. Long run for Thomas. He won't get there. It's over his head. And one hops the wall in the deepest part of the park in left center. It is a double for Andrew Monasterio. This kid just keeps on hitting. $75 to the MAC Fund, courtesy of West Bend, the Silver Lining. Fastball at the bottom of the zone at 94, and Monasterio smoked that ball at 103. And Alec Thomas can pick him up and put him down with anybody in the game out there in center. He had no chance to catch that ball as it flew over him. And that's going to be it for Jake Woodford, as Torey Lovullo is going to the bullpen, and he's going to.
Folks, that right there is Decoy, the luckiest dog in the world. His owner is Shohei Ohtani, a myth of a man. A human who can do all this with a baseball is every dog's dream. 100-mile-an-hour fastballs, drool, 250-foot dingers, woof. He gets called a good boy in 2 entire countries. And I get Greg. I just hope all that fame doesn't go to his head.
I feel like food and sharing a meal with someone is a universal language. You can't go to a ballpark and not have a nice hot dog. So if I'm at the ballpark, I'm gonna get a nice heavy glizzy. You gotta have chili on there, you gotta have cheese. If your hot dog isn't bending in the middle because it's like about to fall apart, then you're not doing it right. So you gotta have a glizzy and then something cold, whatever it is, beer, lemonade. You gotta have something cold to wash that hot dog down with.
Means you can get the home time that suits your schedule. Choose from daily, weekly, monthly, or sometime in between. Plus, Schneider drivers have access to great benefits with a 401k match and a 24/7 support team. Get the keys to a better driving job. Search openings near you and apply now at SchneiderJobs.com.
6-3 Brewers. And John Curtis, a former Brewer, on the mound for the Diamondbacks. First pitch to Bryce Terang. Missed inside, and it's 1-0. Curtis, a Brewer in a deadline deal in 2021. Made just 6 appearances for the Crew and covered just 4 1/3 innings. Brewers acquired him from Miami. And this one's flipped foul back behind home plate. And to the left of us, 1 ball and 1 strike on Terang. That was the Peyton Henry deal the Brewers and the Marlins struck. Got hurt, didn't pitch in 2022 after he got hurt and blew out in 21 as Terang takes high, 2 balls and 1 strike. Ended up with the Mets in 23, made 15 appearances for the Mets, just 3 last year with the Rockies, and is making his 20th appearance this year for the Diamondbacks. 2-1. This one's popped up foul and out of play third base side. And it's 2-2. Pitching a little better this year for Arizona. 3.24 ERA coming into tonight. And Brewers acquired him back in 21. He was really having a great year for the Marlins. 2-2 pitch. Down and away with a changeup, and the count is full. It is 3-2 on Bryce. Runner at second is Monasterio with 1 out.
We were talking to the Diamondbacks radio voice, Chris Garagiola, pregame about the bullpen. That's been the biggest issue all year for the Diamondbacks, trying to find guys that can be effective.
No A.J. Puck. 3-2.
Yeah, Justin Martinez, who I know you and I are in agreement, just nasty stuff at the back end of the bullpen with Puck, and they both blew out their arms.
Martinez, one of the best arms in baseball. 3-2 pitch. And Terang, a high drive, right field, bye-bye baseball. Another Bryce bomb in August. A 2-run shot. And the Brewers push that lead to 8-3. His 9th home run this month. And his 15th of the season. And a winner in our Woodman's Food Market's home run inning, Brian Krasansky. $700, Brian. Here's Contreras. And the pitch missed low, 1 ball and no strikes. .403 feet out to right for Terang. The 1-0 pitch. Down and away, 2 balls and no strikes the count. What a month Bryce Terang is putting together. He's going to be right in that mix for the player of the month in August in all of the National League. One of those runs, of course, charged to Woodford. 2-0. This is fouled back our way and towards the press box to the right of us. It's 2-1.
And of those 9 home runs that Bryce has hit this month, Lane, I don't think there's been a single wall scraper.
Oh, they have been. I mean, we've been using the term Bryce bomb. Everybody has, and it's pretty accurate. They're bombs. He is making them count. 2-1. Is a strike that just got the low outside corner. 2-2 on Contreras. A lot of pull side just blasts off the bat of Bryce Terang. What a season he is having. 2-2 pitch. Down and away. 3 balls and 2 strikes. You get the defense you get from Bryce Terang, and then you get a guy that's hitting .285 coming into the day. Has a chance to get north of 20 home runs this year. Three-2 to Contreras, and a chopper on the left side. Going to be a tough play. Charging is Alexander. Scoops and fields and throws to first in time to retire Contreras for the second out, and that'll get Yelich to the plate. Also $100 to Hunger Task Force Milwaukee, courtesy of Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, for that home run, making a difference to find hunger in our community. Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, there is a difference. First offering to Yelich is a half swing and a miss at a cutter down and in. And it's 0-1 on Yelich. 2 for 3 today for Yelich. Batting average has climbed back over 270 at 271. What a season he's put together. A 1 pitch. That is a strike on the outside edge. And it's 0-2. Couple of 2-run home runs tonight for the Brewers. 1 from Contreras and 1 from Terang. 0-2. Yelich took high. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Feels like a really important swing from Terang to give the Brewers a 5-run lead again. 1-2. This is a liner to left, right in the tracks of McCarthy. Comes in a couple of steps, makes the catch, and the inning is over. But the Brewers get 2 big ones on a 403-foot blast to right by Bryce Terang, his 15th of the year. It's 8-3 Crew.
That's Gus Judge. His owner is Aaron Judge, captain of the Yankees. His dog park is Yankee Stadium. Ooh, I bowl in that grass for days. Betty gets to fetch those dingers. I'm sure Aaron chases him like that around the house. Aaron's also the nicest human ever. Just not to baseballs. My human, he eats shredded cheese by the handful. I hope Gus knows just how good he's got it.
We go to the 7th inning, an 8-3 Brewers lead. And with the play-by-play, here's Josh Mauer.
Thank you, Mr. Grindle. Jake McCarthy to greet Tobias Myers in the visiting 7th. He takes up and away, ball 1. Bryce Terang with that 2-run bomb. 8-3. Brewers have led by as many as 6 and now back up by 5. And Myers begins his 2nd inning in back of Jacob Mizorowski on the hill. The 1-0. Outside 2-0. Bottom third of the order for the Diamondbacks. McCarthy, Blaze Alexander, and Alec Thomas do.
Josh, we were just talking between innings about the Contreras home run. Was that the longest of his season?
Half-hearted swing and a miss here by McCarthy on a cut fastball down and in. It's 2-1. Yeah, that was 441 back in that 3rd inning. Was it the longest?
By 33 feet.
Yes.
Next closest was 408.
In the affirmative. So he goes 441 to left, and then Terang over 400 feet to right. 2-1 on the left-handed hitting Jake McCarthy, who's 0 for 2. And he swings and lofts a foul into the seats down the left field line. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Tobias came in last inning, as mentioned. He did give up a double, but got out of that unscathed. Brewers trying to clinch at worst a series split. It'll be still 2 games to go against the Diamondbacks, Wednesday night, Thursday afternoon. And if they hold on here, they'll be 3-2 thus far in the homestand. Leading off the 7th, McCarthy. Myers 2-2, hit on the ground up the middle. That's base hit. Out of the reach of Terang, who was scooting to his right, but that one just whistled by into right center field. It's a leadoff single for Jake McCarthy. The Diamondbacks trying to mount another charge. Have the leadoff man aboard for Blaze Alexander. Hey, don't miss George Webb's double play meal deal. 7 cheeseburgers and 2 fries for only $17.99. Steal of a deal. Win, lose, home or away. Visit georgewebb.com for locations and details. Couple of offensive-minded games to begin this series. Brewers won last night 7-5. And now Alexander swings and pops one up. Very first pitch into shallow center field. In comes Blake Perkins taking charge as he sprints towards the infield, calls off Terang and makes the catch. Perkins always in control out there for the first out of the inning, and McCarthy retreats to first. The best team in baseball, Brewers, 4.5 games better than the next closest overall record to them in all of the sport, the Blue Jays. Beg your pardon, the Tigers. We'll see the Blue Jays this weekend. The Tigers are second. Best in the American League. Now Alec Thomas takes a strike. A splitter right down the middle from Tobias. Our drive around the league presented by Construction Business Group. Pittsburgh's been all over St. Louis tonight from the get-go. Pitch is lifted into shallow left field. A blooper into a perfect spot. It's going to dump in again for Thomas for a base hit. Now rounding first base is Thomas. They're going to throw back in behind him. That's not in time. Runner takes off for third. Vaughn throws it away, but it hits the sidewall and stays in play. So the runners end up where they would have been had Vaughn not made that errant throw. It's a bloop single for Thomas. And then to third base on the throw from Isaac Collins went Jake McCarthy. He would have stopped at second, but Thomas had made a wide turn around first, and Isaac Collins thought, hey, maybe I can get him, going back to first base. That was not in time. And then Vaughn, lucky that the throw to third in behind McCarthy was not out of play, which would have let Jake McCarthy score otherwise. So no errors on that. And that's going to send Chris Hook, the Brewers pitching coach, out for a Potawatomi Sportsbook trip to the mound. There is one out in the inning. Alec Thomas had a similar bloop hit the previous time he batted in the 5th. That one ended up being a double into shallow left. Potawatomi Sportsbook hitch a ride to all Brewers home games with their game day shuttle. If you make any purchase inside the sportsbook or a same-day sports bet, you get a wristband and a seat on their shuttle. So the batter is going to be Geraldo Perdomo. It's 8-3 Brewers, leading by 5 in the 7th. Diamondbacks have him on the corners, though, with one away. And Perdomo struck out all 3 times that he faced the starter, Jacob Mizorowski. Chris Hook has delivered his message to Tobias, and back into the dugout he goes. Here's Perdomo, switch hitter from the left. Infield is back, and the pitch misses outside on a cutter. 1 ball, no strikes. Perdomo's been one of the best hitters in the NL this season. Myers with a 1-0. Chopped foul off of the front foot. It's the right foot for a lefty batter, and it's 1-1. It hopped all the way out to Myers. Just telling you, it's been all Pirates in St. Louis tonight as they try to even that series with the Redbirds. They scored 5 in the first. At one point led 8-0. It's 8-3 now. Pittsburgh in the bottom of the 8th. Pitch hit on the ground up the middle, base hit. Geraldo Perdomo scoring from third. McCarthy first to third goes Alec Thomas. No throw there. It's an RBI single for Geraldo Perdomo to make it 8-4, and the Diamondbacks still have him on the corners with only one out. 3 singles in the inning off of Tobias Myers. That ground ball put into pretty much the same spot that Jake McCarthy's leadoff hit went. Whistling through on the right side of the infield and into right center. And now Ketel Marte. Tying run in the on-deck circle in the 7th. Pitch to Marte is outside, ball 1. Jared Koenig picks up a baseball in that Brewers bullpen and begins to loosen. Marte 1 for 3. It was an infield hit. And the pitch, swing and a miss. Good one in under the hands there from Tobias Myers. 1 ball, 1 strike. Four-run Brewers lead in the 7th. The 1-1 pitch popped into center field, deep enough to get the second run of the inning home for sure, as Blake Perkins makes the catch. Tagging from third base is Thomas. He'll jog home as the throw comes into second, and now it's 8-5. Diamondbacks again come back within 3 runs as Ketel Marte drives in a run with a sac fly. So 2 in the 7th to answer the 2-run home run that Bryce Serang had just hit in the 6th. Staying put at first base was Perdomo, so they're now 2 outs. Back-to-back RBIs there from the top 2 on the Diamondbacks card, and that's going to be it for Tobias. Here comes Pat Murphy to make a U.S. Cellular call to the bullpen with Corbin Carroll due. They'll go to the lefty, Jared Koenig. U.S. Cellular proud to support the Brew Crew when the game is on. Don't miss your chance to turn off ringers and cheer for dingers. U.S. Cellular, built for us. 8-5 Milwaukee.
Folks, that right there is Decoy, the luckiest dog in the world. His owner is Shohei Ohtani, a myth of a man. A human who can do all this with a baseball is every dog's dream. 100-mile-an-hour fastballs, drool, 250-foot dingers, woof. He gets called a good boy in 2 entire countries. And I get Greg. I just hope all that fame doesn't go to his head.
Let's keep winning, and Usingers will keep making sausage. Usingers in baseball, it's just not summer without them.
Well, Jared Koenig takes over. Brewers leading 8-5. You got a runner at first in Geraldo Perdomo with 2 out in the 7th inning, and the ever-dangerous Corbin Carroll coming to the plate. So the Brewers go lefty versus lefty against him. Tobias Myers, an inning and 2/3, gives up 4 hits and at least the 2 runs. Mizorowski in line for the win. And now Koenig versus Carroll. Lefty's first pitch lifted deep to left. Backing up on it is Collins. On the warning track near the foul line, Collins makes the lunge. It hits off his glove. He does not catch it. It's a fair ball, and scoring all the way from first is Perdomo. Isaac Collins was there approaching the sidewall, and just apparently on the fair side of the chalk in front of the fence. He got his glove on the ball. It didn't stick. And it's now 8-6 on an RBI double by Corbin Carroll. Wow, it would have been a great play. Had a long way to go and so much ground to cover. Collins got over there. Watching a replay on the monitor, I'm afforded. Yeah, it definitely was a fair ball. He was right inside the chalk. He reached out, had it in the webbing on a backhand, and the ball just fell out of his glove. At second, Carroll, and now Lourdes Gurriel Jr., the tying run at the plate against Koenig. First pitch. Strike on the bottom of the inside corner, 98 miles an hour. So 3 runs in the inning, all charged to Tobias Myers, all of them earned. The Diamondbacks trailed 6-0. It's now 8-6. And Gurriel is one of the hottest power bats in the league at the moment. The 0-1 skipped in. The changeup glances off the glove of Contreras, but not far enough for Corbin Carroll to try to advance. Gurriel 0 for 3 tonight. Struck out a couple of times earlier, once against Mizorowski, once against Myers. Last 3 hitters have RBI. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Good changeup from Jared. Pulled a string to get ahead of Gurriel Jr. 1-2. This is Jared Koenig's 61st appearance. Only 2 behind Abner Uribe for the team lead. Came in 5-1 with a 3.23 earned run average. Corbin Carroll greeted him with a double on the first pitch. Gurriel up there behind 1-2. Koenig comes set at the belt. The bearded left-hander kicks. 1-2 pitch. Down and in. Good pick with a backhand by Contreras. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We'll pause 10 for station ID on the Brewers Radio Network. Brewers lead at 8-6. Tying run at the plate in the 7th inning. 2-2 in the pitch. Down and in on Lourdes Gurriel Jr. 98-mile-an-hour sinker. He throws the legs to get back out of the way, and it's a full count. Koenig does have first base open and a left-handed hitter in Pavin Smith in the on-deck circle. You don't have to give in necessarily. We'll see what they elect to throw. The red-hot Gurriel. Here it comes, 3-2. Line drive right field. In comes Sal Frelick, and he's going to get there. Racing forward, reaches up and makes a chest-high catch. Inning over. An opposite field line drive by Lourdes Gurriel, caught by the Gold Glover in right.
That's Gus Judge. His owner is Aaron Judge, captain of the Yankees. His dog park is Yankee Stadium. Ooh, I bowl in that grass for days. Bet he gets to fetch those dingers. I'm sure Aaron chases him like that around the house. Aaron's also the nicest human ever. Just not to baseballs. My human, he eats shredded cheese by the handful. I hope Gus knows just how good he's got it.
That's my security right there. That's the bad one, Roscoe Pico train.
Major League Baseball wanted to start doing something with the players and their dogs.
Which one's the dog?
I was undecided on whether to do a dog card or not, but my wife pushed me in the back and she wanted a famous dog, so she told me to do it.
Statewide.
It is up and it's gone!
This is the Brewers Radio Network.
Diamondbacks have cut a 6-run deficit down to 2, and Andrew Vaughn takes a called strike from the right-hander John Curtis, who stays on the hill for the Snakes as we begin the bottom of the 7th. 8-6 Milwaukee. Andrew Vaughn up there. He takes high 1-1. Curtis came in last inning. The first batter he faced, Bryce Terang, crushed a 2-run homer. And then he got the next 2 out. The 1-1. Line drive towards short, but over the leaping Geraldo Perdomo's glove. Base hit, Andrew Vaughn in the left center. McCarthy throws it in to hold him at first. It's a leadoff single as the Brewers look to come right back at him. This has been a series thus far of punch, counter punch. And what a series it's been if you like offense. Brewers in each game had a 5-run third inning and knocked out the Arizona starting pitcher, Eduardo Rodriguez, Monday, and tonight Brandon Pfaadt. Here's Sal Frelick, and he'll take one a little bit upstairs from the right-hander Curtis. Both games, the Diamondbacks trailed 6-0 ultimately, and each night they have made a valiant comeback bid. Just got 3 in the top of the 7th. Here's the pitch, 1-0, line drive right field, right at Corbin Carroll. Hardly has to move. Reaches up and snags out number 1. So Frelick 2 for 4, and Vaughn remains at first for Isaac Collins. 7th inning stretch sponsored by IslandResortGolf.com. The Island, your premier resort destination, the largest north of Milwaukee, and the place to be for the remainder of the summer. Book your trip today at IslandResortAndCasino.com. 1 on, 1 out. Collins tonight is 0 for 2 with a walk. Curtis stretches and throws a check swing. Ball is going to pluck off his bat and roll backwards foul. Bullpens are quiet at the moment. For the Brewers, that means that Jared Koenig is going to continue into the 8th inning when we get there, after facing 2 batters to end the 7th. Collins takes one just upstairs, 1 ball, 1 strike. Do have a couple of left-handers of the first 3 due up in the 8th for the Diamondbacks, Pavin Smith and Jake McCarthy, so that's why I'm sure Koenig is the option. 1-1 pitch. Collins takes it away from Curtis. Trying to win the first 2 games of the series in exciting fashion are the Brewers. Could use a little insurance. 2-1. Curtis kicks and deals. Collins swings through a high fastball. It's 2-2. We were driving around the league in the top of the inning. The Cubs have gotten underway against the Giants, and San Francisco scores first in the 2nd against Matthew Boyd. They take a 1-0 lead. Useful. Very much so. Disengagement used here by Curtis. He steps off before the 2-2 pitch. Home run from Wilmer Flores to back Justin Verlander, who's got 3 strikeouts through 2 scoreless innings on the hill for San Fran thus far. 2-2 pitch now. Lifted foul. Third base side. Drifting towards the seats, and it'll get out of play about 5 rows in. It remains 2-2 on Isaac. Reds and Dodgers just about to have first pitch at Chavez Ravine. Nick Martinez for Cincinnati against Clayton Kershaw, who has found the fountain of youth for Los Angeles. Having a great year. Dodgers won last night. 8-6 Brewers here in the 7th. 2-2 again to Collins. Just a little bit high. Great take. Boy, does he have a good eye. He knows that strike zone. And a full count with Vaughn at first and 1 away. With Vaughn not being the fleetest of foot, you doubt he'd be running. He's holding. The pitch is popped up into center. Straight away and playable for Alec Thomas, who saunters in several steps and is now camped underneath and waiting. Reaches up to make the one-handed catch for out number 2. So after Vaughn's single, a couple of harmless fly balls. That'll bring up Anthony Siegler, as Curtis tries to keep the deficit right at 2 runs. Anthony Siegler has his first major league extra base hit. Earlier tonight it was a 2-run double as part of that 5-run third inning. 1 for 3. Facing the right-hander John Curtis in the first pitch. Just missed a little away. Coming into the day, the Mets 2.5 games ahead of the Reds for the last wild card spot in the NL. The Mets and Phillies are now tied at 5 going to the 9th. Siegler swings and misses. Got fooled by a changeup that was floating down near his ankles. 1 ball, 1 strike. Philadelphia trailed 5-2, and last we left you in that one, but Harrison Bader, former Met, just tied it in the 8th with a 2-run homer. 1-1, bluffed the bunted Seigler, pulls back, takes it low, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Now the 2-1. Seigler swings through a high, hard one. Elevated 93.5 miles an hour on the radar gun. He doesn't chase often. It's one of the things the Brewers have been so impressed with in this rookie Anthony Seigler in the couple of months he's been with them. They call it swing decisions. 2-2 though, with Vaughn at first and 2 away. Brewers lead 8-6. Curtis 2-2. Up the ladder again, swing and a miss. Well, they struck him out, and Curtis works around the leadoff single. We're going to the 8th and another tight one in Milwaukee. 8-6 the Crew on the Brewers Radio Network. Present.
That's Gus Judge. His owner is Aaron Judge, captain of the Yankees. His dog park is Yankee Stadium. Ooh, I'd roll in that grass for days. Bet he gets to fetch those dingers. I'm sure Aaron chases him like that around the house. Aaron's also the nicest human ever. Just not to baseballs. My human, he eats shredded cheese by the handful. I hope Gus knows just how good he's got it.
A lot of baseball fans have some familiarity with the T206 American Tobacco Card set. Of course, features the famous Hannes Wagner card. What we have here are 3 cards from the lesser-known T205 set, which really was a successor to T206. T206 came out in 1909. These 3 cards, as part of the T205 set, came out in 1911.
Well, the Brewers are 6 defensive outs away from another hard-fought win against the Diamondbacks. 8-6 into the 8th as Jared Koenig continues in this game. He's going to have to deal with a right-handed pinch hitter. It's the veteran James McCann coming up. And to call the action the rest of the way, here's Mr. Grindle.
All right, thank you very much, Josh. James McCann, it feels like he's been in the league for a long time because he has. We see him with Baltimore last year, right?
Stand by.
Early in the year, Koenig's first pitch to McCann is in there for a strike. And it's 0-1. If memory serves me, he was a part of that little dust up with Willie Adames in Baltimore after a home run hit by Willie.
Last 2 years he was an Oriole.
Yeah. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Had a sinker down and away. No balls and 2 strikes. I knew it, but I always have to hesitate because of Brian McCann, right? You have to make sure you got the right one. But yeah, James. It's like Nathaniel Lowe and Brandon Lau. 0-2 pitch is hit off the end of the bat, foul, back behind home plate.
About 99 on that sinker.
I mean, the Brewers have no shortage of stuff. We're oohing and awing over Ashby last night, who came in and looked really good. Talking with Pat Murphy about that before the game. Here's a foul ball out of play, first base side. Stays at 0-2 on McCann. Of course, Mizorowski starting this game tonight. When you talk about Uribe, when you talk about McGill, and 2 strikes. Left-hander is up in the Diamondbacks bullpen. Andrew Saalfrank. That pitch missed inside of the sinker. And it's now 2-2 on McCann. McCann, then Moreno. And then following Moreno, it would be the left-handed hitting McCarthy. So this was supposed to be a lefty in Smith, but Torey Lovullo going to the bench to get a righty up there against the lefty Koenig. And the 2-2. This is hit high and deep to right center. Back is Frelick. He goes into a slide. It is off the wall. Stays in play. It'll be a double for McCann. And you hope Frelick's okay. He went into an awkward slide into the wall in right center in pursuit of that baseball. And he seems to be okay-ish. He's got a little bit of a limp as he's up and walking. You know how tough Sal is. Had to go into that slide and brace himself. That ball was hit very well off the bat of McCann. 103. Ballpark did hold it. That's the good news. But now the bad news is the tying run comes to the plate here in the top of the 8th with nobody out. And Frelick staying in this game. No visit from the trainers. Here's Gabriel Moreno. First pitch from Koenig is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. So this one isn't going to be easy tonight. There have been a couple of moments where it felt like maybe it would be. But the Diamondbacks keep coming back at the Brewers. 1 is low. 1 ball and 1 strike. But the Brewers will try to get Koenig probably through this inning, one would think. He's at 16 pitches right now. Well, they would have some options in the ninth. Probably Shelby Miller might be option number 1, the former Diamondback. 1-1. And this is lined into center. That's going to get down for a base hit. McCann had to hold up. He stops at third, and now they're on the corners with nobody out. And a little bit of trouble here for Koenig in this top of the 8th inning. This is a very difficult lineup. And the numbers this month would definitely suggest it. Been one of the best offenses in baseball since early August. Now we'll have a pinch hitter for McCarthy. It'll be Ildemaro Vargas, who came off the bench and hit last night. So here is Vargas now, who will hit from the right side against Koenig, and Contreras is going to go out there for a Potawatomi Sportsbook trip to the mound as the Brewers start to get Nick Mears loose, and that's actually Shelby Miller getting loose in the bullpen. The blue glove always throws me. Shelby Miller out there with that blue glove as well, just like Nick Mears.
Oh, they've each got a mustache.
And they've each got, yeah, from clear out here. I mean, I wear readers, folks. So Miller just starting to get loose. Runners on the corners. Here's Vargas. Trouble zone right now for Koenig and the Brewers. Can they pull a magic trick and get out of this one? An 8-6 Brewers lead. Both teams with 11 hits in this game. Pitch is outside to Vargas, and it's 1-0. Trips to the mound brought to you by Potawatomi Sportsbook. So the runner at third is McCann. Moreno is at first. 1-0 on Vargas. And the pitch. And it's a ground ball up the middle. Diving is Monasterio. It's out of his reach. McCann will score. Stopping at second is Moreno. It's a 1-run game. Ground ball well placed off the bat of Vargas. And 3 straight hits to open up the top of the 8th inning for the Diamondbacks. So the moves off the bench by Torey Lovullo with these pinch hitters has paid off so far. Now first and second, still nobody out. And Blaze Alexander is the batter. Been a tough outing so far for Jared. Pitch is high. It's 1-0. Koenig came in, gave up the double to Carroll in the 7th, then got Gurriel to line out to Frelick and get out of the inning from there, but has allowed the first 3 to reach via hit in the 8th. 1-0 pitch. He is down and away with a sinker. 2 balls and no strikes as Miller still getting loose in that bullpen. You got a lefty in the on deck circle in Alec Thomas. Brewers still lead at 8-7, but they've got work to do here in the 8th. Koenig's pitch. Fouled back and into the press box next door. And it's 2-1 on Alexander. Alexander is 0 for 6 in this series. He did walk back in the 3rd against Mizorowski. Two-1. And he lands a curveball for a strike. It's 2-2. That was a big pitch from Koenig right there. Didn't want to fall behind 3-1 with the tying run at second base and nobody out. He could really use a punch out here. And now time called by Alexander as Koenig was just starting to get into his delivery. You got the righty up there now in Alexander. Two balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. And he nailed the inside corner with a sinker. Oh, man. Did Jared Koenig need that pitch? And he executed it perfectly for an ortho ASAP strikeout. He landed a couple of big pitches there. Fell behind 2-1, then landed the curveball at 2-2. And just nailed the inside corner at 97. And he'll stay in to face Thomas here. Could be his last batter. First offering. Missed inside of the curveball. It's 1-0. You've got a switch hitter in Perdomo in the on deck circle. And you've got Miller who would be ready out in that bullpen right now. Koenig's 1-0 pitch. And he was able to check on a curveball away. Brewers thought he might have gone. They appeal to third, and Manny Gonzalez says he did not go. 2 balls and no strikes on Thomas. Thomas, a very speedy center fielder. He's had a good night tonight. Has 3 hits in the series, a double tonight and a base hit. 2-0 is inside, and Thomas bailed like it was going to hit him. It missed by a little. But it goes to 3-0 on Alek Thomas. There's just 1 out in the inning. It's a tough guy to double up with the way he runs. Koenig looks back at second and the 3-0. That's right through there for a strike, and it's 3-1. Brewers probably without Uribe tonight. Would guess that they are without McGill as well, with as much as he had worked. Had last night off. 3-1, swing and a miss. Sinker at 94. And the count is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. So it's going to have to be up to the rest of this bullpen more than likely tonight to get right now 5 more outs. Koenig looks in. A look at second and the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Fastball at 96. Oh, did Jared Koenig need that strikeout right there against Alek Thomas? And the Brewers prefer to have Perdomo hit from the right side, so they're going to leave Koenig in, hoping that he has found something here with the last couple of batters. He's looked good. 2 down. First pitch to Perdomo is right through there for a strike, and it's 0-1. It is a 1-run game. The Brewers lead at 8-7. First and second, 2 away. Koenig gave up 3 straight hits to open the inning. Can he get 3 straight strikeouts to end the inning? 0-1 pitch. Perdomo, a swing and a miss. Swung through a sinker. It's 0-2. All 30,000 plus on their feet right now at American Family Field. Might be the moment of the game so far. Perdomo will take his time out and step out of the box. Today's 8th inning brought to you by the Wisconsin Laborers District Council and the over 900 signatory contractor partners who are building Wisconsin's infrastructure. Learn more at liunawisconsin.org, liunawisconsin.org, and feel the power. Here we go. No balls and 2 strikes on Perdomo. Koenig, the pitch. And he popped it foul, back it out of play. And we'll do it again at 0-2.
That was a great 2-strike pitch.
Sinker at the very, very top. 99 miles an hour. Perdomo just able to get to it and fight it off. Listen to this crowd try to encourage Koenig to get through this 8th. The 0-2 pitch. And a little flare into left center. It's going to get down for a base hit. Rounding third on his way home is Moreno. This game is tied at 8. Vargas stops at third. Perdomo into second. And the Diamondbacks have tied this game at 8, and Pat Murphy is going to take the baseball from Jared Koenig and bring Shelby Miller into this game. An RBI double from Perdomo on an 0-2 count. U.S. Cellular, the call to the bullpen has been made. They're a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. They remind you that when the game is on, turn your notifications off with us mode. U.S. Cellular, built for us. 8-8 ball game here in the 8th. Shelby Miller coming.
That's Gus Judge. His owner is Aaron Judge, captain of the Yankees. His dog park is Yankee Stadium. Ooh, I bowl in that grass for days. Betty gets to fetch those dingers. I'm sure Aaron chases him like that around the house. Aaron's also the nicest human ever. Just not to baseballs. My human, he eats shredded cheese by the handful. I hope Gus knows just how good he's got it.
All right, I got a couple packs of 1986 Topps baseball cards. Let's open them up and see who's in here. I love the bubble gum. Oh my. Tom Seaver, but with a White Sox uniform on. The franchise for the Mets. I played with him in 1983, my rookie season. I was just in awe with these guys when I saw them in spring training and got a chance to play with them. Baseball cards and memories.
Ever Halfway Hand-Cooked Tire. For the best deals on tires and all your service needs, visit PalmsTire.com.
Well, the former Diamondback Shelby Miller is on the mound for the Crew here. This game is tied at 8, second and third for Arizona, with 2 outs here in the top of the 8th inning. Miller trying to get this to the bottom half, still tied. 2.47 ERA on the year for Shelby, making appearance number 46. First pitch to Ketel Marte is through there for a strike with a slider, and it's 0-1. Leinenkugel's Summer Shandy, a refreshing Weiss beer with natural lemonade flavored. Leinenkugel's, flavor the moment. Miller's 0-1 to Marte is a strike at the bottom of the zone. Fastball at 95. And it's 0-2. The Diamondbacks have plated 2 here in the 8th. They have 13 hits on the night. Go-ahead run is 90 feet away for Arizona as Miller kicks and delivers the 0-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Chased a fastball down and away, and Marte slings his bat over near the third base dugout, and he's throwing all of his gear in the process.
That's Gus Judge. His owner is Aaron Judge, captain of the Yankees. His dog park is Yankee Stadium. Ooh, I bowl in that grass for days. bet he gets to fetch those dingers. I'm sure Aaron chases him like that around the house. Aaron's also the nicest human ever. Just not to baseballs. My human, he eats shredded cheese by the handful. I hope Gus knows just how good he's got it.
They handle all the questions, quick answers, top-notch customer service in just 2 days. My roof was done. If storm damage hits, call the team that made it easy for me. Loyal Family Renovations. Visit LoyalFamilyRenovations.com.
Milwaukee Bucks history like you've never heard it before. Listen to Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher. Available on the Bucks Plus audio network and wherever you get podcasts.
It is tied at 8 as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Andrew Saalfrank, the left-handed pitcher for the Diamondbacks, 28-year-old former Indiana Hoosier, taking over on the mound here. Some defensive changes for the Diamondbacks. We'll catch you up on that. Blake Perkins leads off and takes a sinker for a strike. It's 0-1. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. has entered the game in left field. That means the Diamondbacks have dropped the designated hitter. Pitch is low. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. McCann remains in the game at first base. Those are the defensive changes for the Snakes. Saalfrank brings home the 1-1, and Blake took a curveball for a strike. It's 1-2. Perkins tonight, an RBI single back in the third. He's 1 for 3. Perkins, Monasterio, then the top of the order, and Terang. 1-2 pitch. Missed down and in with a curveball. And the count evens at 2-2. It is quiet in the Brewers bullpen, so they're going to ask, more than likely, Shelby Miller to work the 9th inning. They hope he has a lead to work with. 2-2 pitch is a chopper to second base. Couple of hops out to Marte, who scoops it up and throws to first to retire Perkins. 1 away for Monasterio. Been kind of a dream month for Andrew. Some big swings, some big moments. Came into today hitting .406 over his last 14 games. He has doubled in this game already on a well-struck ball to left center. First pitch is a touch high with a curveball, and it's 1-0. Try to set that table for the top of this order, which has been really good tonight. 1-0. And Andrew took a sinker that just missed down and away. 2 balls and no strikes on Monasterio. Terang in the on-deck circle. He is already homered tonight. The pitch is a little bit outside. Boy, the strike zone has tightened up all of a sudden in this at-bat. A couple of very borderline pitches from Saalfrank that frankly could have been called strikes, have been called balls, and all of a sudden the count is 3-0 on Monasterio, and one would think in an 8-8 ball game he'll be taking a pitch here. Here's the pitch, and he took a strike. Sinker on the inner half. It's 3-1. Saalfrank looks in. The pitch, and he checked on a sinker that caught the outside part of the plate for a strike. It's 3-2. Saalfrank's been really good. 18th appearance of the year, 1.56 ERA. 3-2. And a swing and a miss. Chased a curveball that was up and probably would have been ball 4. So a couple of quick outs for Saalfrank here in the 8th inning. And now it's Bryce Terang's turn. Saalfrank got roughed up 4 outings ago. in Colorado. Gave up a couple of hits, including a home run, and gave up 2 runs to the Rockies. Other than that, he's been a tough customer. First pitch to Turang is a strike on the outside edge, and it's 0-1. Turang hit that 2-run home run back in the 6th. 9 home runs in the month of August for Bryce. 0-1. And breaking ball. It was a good one. It clipped the inside corner. And it's 0-2 on Turang. Saul Frank looks in. And the pitch. And Bryce took low. It's 1-2. Diamondbacks will have Carroll, Gurriel, and then McCann scheduled to hit. One, two. This is a pop-up into shallow left center. It's going to be the center fielder Thomas taking charge, makes the catch, and the inning is over. Brewers go down in order in the bottom of the 8th. We go to the 9th inning. It is an 8-8 ball game on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family.
La sopita en polvo con el mejor sabor. Tú y Maggie, el secreto del sabor dominicano.
That's Gus Judge. His owner is Aaron Judge, captain of the Yankees. His dog park is Yankee Stadium. Ooh, I'd bowl in that grass for days. Bet he gets to fetch those dingers. I'm sure Aaron chases him like that around the house. Aaron's also the nicest human ever. Just not to baseballs. My human, he eats shredded cheese by the handful. I hope Gus knows just how good he's got it.
I feel like food and sharing a meal with someone is a universal language. You can't go to a ballpark and not have a nice hot dog. So if I'm at the ballpark, I'm gonna get a nice heavy glizzy. You gotta have chili on there, you gotta have cheese. If your hot dog isn't bending in the middle because it's like about to fall apart, then you're not doing it right. So you gotta have a glizzy and then something cold, whatever it is, beer, lemonade. You gotta have something cold to wash that hot dog down with.
The best sounds you can get.
It's back, track, bye, baseball.
All season long, this is the Brewers Radio Network.
Well, we go to the 9th inning. It is an 8-8 ball game. Shelby Miller is still out there on the mound for the Crew, and Corbin Carroll will lead things off for the Diamondbacks. It'll be Carroll, Gurriel, and then McCann scheduled to hit against Shelby. First offering to Carroll is bounced in there, and it's 1-0. Can't beat summer in Wisconsin. Lakes, sun, and food, specially grilled brats, Franks from Usingers, and of course that Pine River Gourmet cheese spread. Great with everything. You can wrap up your summer day with Cedar Crest ice cream as well. Call it a winner. 1-0 pitch to Carroll. Here's a swing and a miss. Chased the splitter down and away. One ball and one strike the count. One pitch. Swung on and fouled back into the net. And it's 1-2. Carroll had the RBI double back in the 7th. He has chased a little bit more in this series than I remember him doing in the past. He'll leave the zone once in a while. He's got a 13-game hitting streak now, having another very good season. 1-2 pitch. Missed outside with a splitter. He didn't chase that time, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Really important to get Carroll to lead off this inning. He is such a problem on the base paths. A potential go-ahead run. 2-2. And this is lined into right. It's going to get down for a base hit. Couple of hops out to Frelick, who then bobbles it. And Carroll on the move. He's going to end up at second. That'll be a base hit, and one would think an error on Frelick that allows Carroll to go to second. That is a big 90 extra feet for Corbin Carroll. So not the start that Shelby Miller was hoping for here in this 9th inning. Go ahead run in scoring position, and Gurriel Jr. is the batter. He is no longer the DH. He is the left fielder now. That is 14 hits for the Diamondbacks against Brewers pitching in this game. First pitch to Gurriel is a curveball in there for a strike, and it's 0-1.
They didn't have any hits the first 3 innings.
Crowd trying to get behind Shelby Miller here. See if he can work around this leadoff base hit he's allowed. Foul ball. Out of play down the right field line. And it's 0-2.
You know, we're early for it, but this is now exactly an extra inning situation. You know, the visiting team batting in a tie game with a runner at second and nobody out.
Yeah, very similar. 0-2 pitch. And he missed a little bit low with that splitter. Pretty good job to not chase that one for Gurriel. Easton McGee is getting loose in the Brewers bullpen right now. Miller's 1-2 pitch. And he missed low with another splitter. Again, did not chase. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That is the issue for the Brewers. If this game gets to extra innings, and there's a chance it could tonight, the Brewers are running out of arms that are available to them. Pitch came inside, nearly hit him with a splitter. And now the count is full, 3-2. That was a pretty easy take for Gurriel. His biggest focus there was just getting out of the way of that pitch. So Carroll is at second. There's nobody out here in the 9th. Miller looking in. 3-2. And he popped it up. This one on the right side of the infield. Vaughn calling for it. Vaughn squeezing it. That is a big first out for Shelby Miller. Feels like every ball the Diamondbacks have put in play the last couple of innings have been either solid line drives that find the green grass or little bleeders or little pop-ups that just have survived on some batted ball luck. That was one where it just did what it was supposed to do. Stayed on the infield, and Andrew Vaughn made the catch. Here's McCann. First pitch is away with a fastball. Tugged on that one a little bit. It's 1-0. McCann started the rally in the 8th inning. A double off the wall in right center against Koenig. Murillo's getting loose in the Diamondbacks bullpen. Pitch. It's a chopper on the left side. Backhanded by Monasterio. To his feet. Throws to first. One hops it across. Oh, he got him! Oh, what a stretch by Vaughn. What an incredible play by Monasterio. Deep in the hole. He lost his footing. He threw it as he was getting back to his feet. Couldn't get everything he wanted on the throw. He one-hopped it across. On the play, Carroll goes to third, but what a play by Monasterio. And that is a huge out for the Brewers. And a really good stretch by Vaughn to go meet that baseball, and that's the only reason they got the out. So here's Moreno, 2 outs, runner at third in an 8-8 ball game. And the Brewers will not pitch to Moreno. They're going to intentionally walk him. And it's a good thing, too, that McCann was the one running. That allowed you to have the time to make that throw if you're Monasterio. Now the Brewers will have a force at second base along with first base.
Yeah, this is the pitcher's spot that's now due up.
This is the pitcher's spot that's up, so they will have to pinch hit, and they're already thin on the bench, so it'll be Locklear, Tyler Locklear, to come hit for the Diamondbacks, and Chris Hook is on his way out for a Potawatomi Sportsbook trip to the mound to chat this one over with Shelby Miller. Now, this has had a little bit of everything in this game, Josh, and there's been a lot of managing and strategy at the end of this game, too.
Boy, the difference with Monasterio getting that second out is massive. If he doesn't get that out, you got the go-ahead run at third, and you've got an option, so many more options to get him home with only one out. But because he gets the out, all you got to do is worry about the hitter.
Yeah, now it's going to take a base hit, more than likely, to score the runner. And now you get a chance to face Locklear, who's a 191 hitter. 13 hits on the year for Locklear, right-handed hitter. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. Miller's first pitch, a breaking ball swung on and fouled back into the net. It's 0-1. And that was a sweeper middle. Shelby might have got away with one there. Locklear fouled it straight back. It is no balls and 1 strike on Locklear. Miller trying to work a magic act here in the top of the 9th inning. The pitch is low and smothered nicely by Contreras. He didn't chase that splitter. 1-1 is the count. Shelby looking into Contreras. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. He chased the splitter that time down below the zone, and it's 1-2. Crowd again to their feet here at American Family Field. Miller trying to get this game to the bottom of the 9th inning. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a foul into the net over above the Brewers on deck circle. We'll do it again at 1-2. Moreno is running with the pitch. He has to go back to first. Carroll is at third. Moreno is at first. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Locklear. Swing and a miss! He struck him out! Shelby Miller went back to the splitter. And he strikes out Locklear. And he gets the Brewers out of the inning. He works around.
Interrumpimos este video para recordarte que puedes endulzar tu día con una dulcerapia de la lechera.
That's Gus Judge. His owner is Aaron Judge, captain of the Yankees. His dog park is Yankee Stadium. Ooh, I'd bowl in that grass for days. Bet he gets to fetch those dingers. I'm sure Aaron chases him like that around the house. Aaron's also the nicest human ever. Just not to baseballs. My human, he eats shredded cheese by the handful. I hope Gus knows just how good he's got it.
Back to our community since 2020. You deserve a team that delivers a luxury experience no matter the price point. Contact us today to get started. Tony Wendorf & Associates, trusted knowledge, superior service. Contact us at wendorfteam.firstweber.com.
Where the baseball diamond is in your backyard.
Got to dust off that lawn furniture, clean up the grill.
You're listening to the home of the Brewers, 620 WTMJ.
Well, here we are, the bottom of the 9th inning. It is an 8-8 ball game, and William Contreras, who already has a walk-off home run in this homestand against the San Francisco Giants, will lead things off for the Crew against the new pitcher, Juan Murillo. Murillo, a 4.26 ERA. Right-hander brings home the first pitch. And Contreras took a strike on a sinker at 99. It's 0-1. Contreras, Yelich, and Vaughn. Brewers need one run to send everybody home happy. 1 and a swing and a miss. He went after an elevated sinker at 98. It's 0-2. Contreras hit his 15th home run of the season earlier tonight. He is 2 for 4 with a 2-run home run and a double. The 0-2 pitch. That is up and away. It's 1-2. Brewers won game 1 of this series last night 7-5. Trying to take game 2 tonight. 1-2 pitch. Chopper foul. Third base side. We'll do it again at 1-2. This game has featured 25 hits. Brewers have pitched 4 pitchers in this game. 1-2. Is ground ball just foul up the third baseline. Would have been extra bases if he kept it fair. Stays at a ball and 2 strikes. 5 different pitchers used for the Diamondbacks so far tonight. 1-2 pitch. High, 2-2. Brewers have most of their bench available to them. Lockridge and Durbin. 2-2 pitch. And a liner through the left side and into left field. It's a base hit for Contreras. There you go. There's the start you needed here in the 9th. Third hit of the night for William Contreras. And now here comes Yelich. Brandon Lockridge is going to pinch run for Contreras. So you get some good speed over there at first base. Yelich has 2 hits tonight. He is 9 for 19 on this homestand, and everybody is on their feet here at American Family Field. Murillo brings home the first pitch. Yelich took inside. It might have hit him. I think he just got out of the way of it. Spun out of the way. And it's 1 ball and no strikes. These two have never faced each other before. Murillo debuted back in April. 1-0 pitch. And Yelich took high. 2 balls and no strikes to count. Vaughn is on the on-deck circle for the Crew. (2-0). Swing and a foul back into the net by Yelich. A fastball at 99 at the very top of the strike zone. Yelich had a good cut. And it's 2-1 on Christian. It has been a slugfest tonight here at American Family Field. Do the Brewers have one more slug in them? Spin and a throw to first and back in time is Lockridge. Two and 1 is the count on Yelich at the plate. Murillo's pitch. Yelich a swing and a foul back at 98. Got a piece of a fastball that ran in a little bit. And the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. If you're Yelich, you're trying to at least get Lockridge to second base, get him into scoring position. With Vaughn coming to the plate next. 2-2. And that's down. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Brewers would take a walk every day of the week right now. Murillo's already thrown 12 pitches in this inning. Again, Lockridge is at first. He's being held on by McCann. It is a full count on Yelich. This crowd into it right now in this moment. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a foul out of play down the left field line. We'll do it again at 3-2. Lockridge was moving on the pitch. He'll return back to first. Set up for an exciting finish here at American Family Field. Lockridge again gets his lead. The 3-2 to Yelling. And a swing and a foul out of play down the left field line. Got a fastball at 98. Lockridge again was on the move. And this is a lengthy battle right now between Murillo and Yelich. This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. The crowd chanting Yelly, trying to will this win for the Brewers here tonight. Spin and a throw to first, and Lockridge is back in time.
And Lane Christian has seen nothing but hard stuff. Every one of the pitches has been a fastball.
Giving him a little bit more to work with, a little bit more to time out with every pitch he sees from Murillo. 3-2 pitch, a swing and a foul. Just got a piece of it. I think it popped out of the glove of Moreno. Lockridge was moving again on the pitch. Yelich just able to stay alive by that much. That was a changeup that time. First time he saw a wrinkle. And he fouled it in and out of the glove of Moreno. This will be pitch number 9 of the sequence. The 3-2. High. He walked him. Ortho ASAP. Walk right in. Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference. And they'll have a visit to the mound while they do that. 10 for ID on the Brewers Radio Network. With Josh Mauer and Ken Sommerfeld. Lane Grindle with you here tonight from American Family Field. An 8-8 ball game. Brewers and Diamondbacks. The Brewers have first and second in the bottom of the 9th, and nobody out. A leadoff single from Contreras, a walk from Yelich, and now here's Andrew Vaughn. Listen to this ballpark right now. An absolutely electric environment in Milwaukee. King Vaughn steps into the plate. And the pitch. Missed inside. It's 1-0 on Andrew Vaughn. Has a hit tonight. He's driven in a run tonight. He's officially 1 for 3. One-0 pitch. Missed inside. 2 balls and no strikes. He has been an RBI machine since the Brewers brought him up. 2-0. And he took a strike on a fastball at 99 down the middle. It's 2-1. Frelick in the on-deck circle. Vaughn would love to end it right here. 2-1. And he took low. 3 balls and 1 strike. It didn't miss by a lot. It was a sinker, maybe a touchdown, maybe a touch in. And this is a hitter's count. It is a good count to go ripping if you're Andrew Vaughn. Here's the 3-1. Outside, he walked him, and the bases are full of Brewers here in the bottom of the 9th. A base hit by Contreras, a walk by Yelich, a walk by Vaughn. And that is going to be it for Murillo as Torey Lovullo is out of the dugout. Kyle Backus has been getting loose for the Diamondbacks, and he's going to come into this game for Arizona. U.S. Cellular, proud to support the Brew Crew when the game is on. Don't miss your chance to turn off ringers and cheer for dingers. U.S. Cellular, built for us. Base is full of Brewers, nobody out. The Brewers trying to walk it off when we come back after this on the
Folks, that right there is Decoy, the luckiest dog in the world. His owner is Shohei Ohtani, a myth of a man. A human who can do all this with a baseball is every dog's dream. 100-mile-an-hour fastballs, drool, 250-foot dingers, woof. He gets called a good boy in 2 entire countries. And I get Greg. I just hope all that fame doesn't go to his head.
Near you and apply now at SchneiderJobs.com.
Kyle Backus takes over on the mound for the Diamondbacks. The Diamondbacks will bring their infield in. We are tied at 8, bottom of the 9th inning. Nobody out and the bases are loaded. Lockridge is the only runner that matters at third base. Frelick trying to get him home. Backus, a left-hander, looks in. Brings home the pitch. Sal took inside. It's 1-0. Frelick 2 for 4 in this game tonight. And an opportunity to play hero here this evening. 1-0 pitch. Sal, a chopper in, just foul up the third base line. Thought for a moment maybe that was going to stay inside the bag with the infield in. No chance to make the play, but it was foul. And it's 1-1 on Sal. Backus looks in. And the pitch. That's outside. It's 2-1. No margin for error here for Backus. There is nowhere to put Sal Frelick. Two-one pitch. And a flare into center. Thomas coming over, making the catch. Lockridge started a tag, then put on the brakes, and wisely so. Was not hit deep enough. It was shallow center. Lockridge took a couple of hard steps down the line to coax the throw, but Sal unable to get it done. But the Brewers have another shot with Isaac Collins coming to the plate here. Infield has to stay in. Durbin has grabbed a bat. He would hit for Siegler if this game extends to him. Collins. Now it's his turn. Backus brings home the pitch, and Collins took a strike at the top of the zone, and it's 0-1. You just need one to finish this one off if you're the Crew. Anyhow, anyway. The 0-1. And Isaac, a fly ball deep right. This is going to be deep enough. Carroll back, makes the catch, tagging his Lockridge. Here's the throw. Lockridge scores standing up, and the Brewers have walked off the Diamondbacks in Game 2. Isaac Collins with a sac fly to right. And the Brewers win it 9-8. in a slugfest here tonight at American Family Field. It's a different guy every night. And tonight, it was Isaac's turn. What a win for the Brewers to take the second game of this series. 9-8 your final. We'll tell you all about it when we come back after this on the Brewers Radio Network.
When you choose Blue Moon, everything becomes brighter. Every sip of our Belgian-style wheat ale is crafted with Valencia orange peel and coriander. Plus, try our new Blue Moon Light and Blue Moon Non-Alcoholic. Blue Moon Light is a wheat beer brewed with real tangerine peel for exceptional taste at only 95 calories. And Blue Moon Non-Alcoholic is everything you love about Blue Moon without the alcohol. Check your local store for Blue Moon. Made brighter. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Blue Moon Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Miller Lite, the legendary light beer. The originator, the inventor. If this beer could talk, it'd tell stories about that one time, that night,